Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Milan Weekly Podcast channel. On this special edition of Coast to Coast, it's a pregame here, getting everybody ready for the Champions League final. It's Manchester City. It is Inter Milan. I got Gio. I got Shane. We're going to have some special guests coming soon. We have an Inter Easter on the way, so let's go, baby.
Welcome to Milan Weekly Podcast, Coast to Coast, with your hosts, Gio and Fabio.
Benvenuti nella casa
Giroud in area, si gira, sinistro, rete, gol capolavoro di Olivier Giroud.
Mignon with another magical save.
Coast to coast del numero 19.
Leao carica il mancino. Eccolo qua, Rafa Leao.
Il Milan è campione d'Italia.
Oh, yeah, baby. It's the biggest game of the year. Everybody wants that trophy. Two big clubs are fighting for it. Who is going to get it today? Oh, shit. As a neutral, it's a beautiful day. Let's bring it in, baby. Bring it in. What up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Fabio, joined by Gio, joined by Shane, joined by Steve. Woo, baby. The four of us today, we're going to be talking this big Champions League final. Guys, how we doing? We got a special Interista going to be joining us really soon, and we're going to kind of pick his brain, how he feels right before. But guys, yes, it's not about Milan right now. We're going to get a little Milan discussion further on, and we're going to talk a few other things, but the most important thing is Manchester City and Inter. Gio, I'm going to start with you, bro. What are your thoughts going into this game, man? How are you feeling?
I mean, I'm not really feeling anything, man. I mean, at the end of the day, if Inter
no excitement, no prickling in your balls, nothing.
Nah, man. If Inter win, that means that Jerry, watch out, because Moneyball ain't doing caca, and it shows you get in debt, you win the big ears, and I'm all for that. I'm not here about finances. If Inter wins, anybody that's about self-sustaining and all that, it's got to go, bro. You can shove it where the sun don't shine.
And what's our balance sheets, bro?
No, ain't no balance sheets like that, because you know that you have to get in debt. And he's even going to get in more debt, Fabio, because he's about to restructure the loan. Now it's $1 billion in debt. But if they hold in the big ears, is it worth it, Fabio? For me, it'll be worth it.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Shane, how you feeling about this game, man? Are you excited? Do you have anything tingling down below?
I do. I went to the doctor about that.
Oh, good.
Get your prostate checked out.
Anyway, no, yeah. So look, it's whoever wins it, right? Obviously, well deserved. Yeah. It's just really hard for me to get hyped up about it, right? Because it's obviously, if Inter win it, it's like, okay, Inter wins it. If Man City win it, it's probably worse for football in general. Because they're an atrocious club that is basically just bought their way to success, and they're bankrolled by a nation.
Man, that is the one way of putting it, man. Steve, what do you think? The cards, what holds out here? Manchester City can finally cross that barrier that we all know Pep Guardiola has been trying to do so bad, or this Inter team that a lot of people are writing off, thinking they can actually overcome City. What's your thoughts on this?
Bro, I think the people saying that this is gonna be a 4, 5, 6, I think they haven't watched a Champions League final ever in their life. I want people to. What was the last time there was a 4-0 of 1992? I believe you guys were involved.
1994.
Barcelona.
Yes.
94. Sorry,
but Barcelona smacked up on Manchester United. It wasn't even. Yeah,
but it wasn't a score line.
No, I know it wasn't no score line, but it was a demolishing.
Yeah, footballing wise, they annihilated Man United. Yeah, I get that, but For me, I think Inter are coming in as underdogs. I get that, but I think that they have exactly what it takes to get over the line. Like I said, they're underdogs for a reason. I get that. I think Inter have something coming. I think they got something coming, bro. We'll get more in depth into it, but I'm not writing off Inter one bit.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't, man. You probably shouldn't. But
Cool.
listen, guys, before Nema gets in here, one of the reasons we're actually doing this podcast today is because
Yes.
I have a particular family member that's dealing with a pretty serious situation. So I would just, before we go through anything else, do us a solid, man. Do me a favor. This is the best donation you could probably make. Just good karma, at least, because Dan and the Lombardi family really need it. This is my sister's niece's family, and they're going through some really, really tough times. Again, beyond anything soccer or any problems, this is something that's a fight for the life for Dan. And any donations that anybody can do on the GoFundMe page, I'm going to put it in. Whenever you can, man. It's super important. It'll be super helpful for us in the chat. So, but we're going to have an Interista coming pretty soon, guys. I will keep mentioning that, man, throughout the show, probably every half hour whenever I feel it's appropriate to work it in, because it's really, really important. You got to, if you can, whatever you can donate. Again, any amount it's still a blessing to help this family. And yeah, man. So, guys, all right, we got a crazy game. I think for me, as somebody who, yes, I don't want to see Inter win. No, that's definitely not in the DNA here. All right. I do have a hard time rooting for Manchester City. So as somebody who is a complete neutral in the game, per se, I just want to see great football. That's all I care about. I want to see some exciting time. I don't want to see a 0-0 affair. All right. This is not a baseball game. I don't need to see 0. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the best football, put it on display so everybody in the world, especially in the North American side of the world, just pays attention to this game. Because I mean, Manchester City, this is what they've been hoping for so long, and they lost last time they were there, and this is their chance of redemption. Inter, should they be there? Maybe. They have a really great run of form going right now.
They earned it.
They earned it. You're damn right. But man, it hurts to try to. Then we'll actually have, Inter win, and we got to deal with that as Milan fans. Obviously, Steve, you're not a Milan fan, but you're in Italy as well with Lazio. Nobody wants to hear Inter. And also, guys, I don't know if you heard, Calcio is back. Calcio is back, man. All right, so we got Nema here. Gio, you there?
Eccoci. Sorry, guys, for being late.
No problem,
okay.
Nema. Thank you for
lateness is greatness.
Ciao, ragazzi. Sorry. Where's Vinny? Where's Steve? I thought I was going to.
Vinny is kind of coming a little later, but thank you for jumping on, man. Nema,
Un piacere,
as an
sempre un
Inter
piacere.
As an Inter fan, how are you feeling going into this game?
I have been happy. I've had a stupid shit-eating grin on my face all day because I'm not nervous. Look, I've been in Interista since '89. I'm not. This isn't my first rodeo. When I'm nervous. I was the day that we played Milan because I was in Milan for the game. I was invited by one of the sponsors, and I was there for the whole day, and it was the atmosphere in Milan for the semifinal was just it was not. I was nauseated. I was everyone. It was never you even Milan fans, Inter fans. Everyone was nauseous. Like it was not before the game. No one was happy. Like it was not the usual derby vibe. Everyone was just walking around just feeling ill because we were all so nervous, right? Because it's a city rival. You don't want to lose that. That's a game you actually want to win, right?
They usually say form goes out the window in those games.
Exactly. So that's a different thing. But after that, I know none of us expected to be in the Champions League final. Inter were not, only Simone Inzaghi and the players believed in it. Not even Steven Zhang. I mean, he said it himself. He's like, when they told me they were dreaming of the Champions League final, I thought they were crazy. Like that's literally how every other Inter fan was.
Right.
We did not expect this at all. So the fact that Inter are in the Champions League final, the fact that we've got 2 trophies, the fact that it's been 2 such difficult seasons off the pitch with all the financial bullshit and not winning the Scudetto. Obviously, you guys are happy because you won it, but the way that we lost the Scudetto and the way that we are, the way that we lost 12 games this season, which is never acceptable for a team of Inter stature, regardless if you finish 3rd or 4th in the Serie A. It's been complete rancid anger. It's been arguing, but now it's like, we're in the Champions League final, guys. That's the feeling,
And, people were writing you off when you drew Benfica. Everybody was on a high about Benfica. Thought, oh, look, like we're lucky. It's going to be Napoli and Benfica, and then it turned out us. But you guys, you have a great opportunity. I think there's a lot of players on your squad that are just hitting a perfect run of form right now. So who would you think, honestly, it is going to be somebody that makes if Inter are going to win today, it's because of their particular play. If you had to identify one person,
I can't identify one person, but it is the midfield. It's Barella, Brozovic, Lautaro, Çalhanoğlu. I don't want to say it. You guys. I know I'm not allowed to say the C word or the Ch word.
It's all right.
We don't care about him no more.
but no, he's been a revelation. He's Simone Inzaghi's Mona Lisa since joining Inter. Like what he's done with Çalhanoğlu, I did not. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not. I'm a journalist. I don't. I'm not one of those who I knew. No, when I knew. When I didn't know and I was wrong, I admit it. I never in a million years, I hold my hands up, did I ever think that Hakan Çalhanoğlu would turn into the player that he's turned into under Simone Inzaghi?
Deep lying,
million years.
Playmaker.
Well, everything. That's the thing. The midfield is complete. Yeah, the midfield is complete. Çalhanoğlu can play in the deep lying role. Brozovic can play in all 3 roles. Barella can play in all 3 roles. This midfield has intelligence, it has shooting, it has passing, above all passing, and patience. So for me, the midfield has to know how, as we say in Italian, know how to suffer. And that's why Inter do well. Our midfield knows how to suffer without possession. And so Lautaro and those 3, and of course Onana, blah, blah. But for me, Lautaro and the midfield trio have to click.
Yeah. I would agree. I would lean towards Barella, and Lautaro's been the star of the team, man. He really has. I think he could make the difference. Even Lukaku still has something there. It looks I believe they're saying,
though.
Yeah, he's not going to start. They're going to go with Dzeko.
No.
But I don't know if
Simone looks at it like Simone. I understand I wouldn't do it. I personally think that when you played Napoli, Atalanta, and all these other guys, and you see what Lukaku offers you, I would start with Lukaku. But at the same time, I understand the reasoning because Dzeko is a build-up player. He's 37. He's not a counter-attacking player. Yeah. But he drops in deep and helps out in midfield. He's an intelligent player. Technically fantastically gifted. Has a football IQ that is through the roof. So, I think that's the idea here. And then bring on Lukaku in the 70th, 75th minute, something like
tired
that.
bodies banging up against Lukaku, a fresh Lukaku. That's
exactly. But you see, I'm a little bit, Steve, I gotta be honest with you, man. I don't want that. I want Lukaku because I think when you play, I want to play. This is the game. I want Simone to play calcio verticale, the same way Antonio Conte does. Because I think if you're going to beat Manchester City, that's the way to do it. I think when Antonio Conte manages to beat Man City with that dross that he's got at Tottenham, it's because he knows that he plays the first long ball past all their press, and when you do that, City are exposed.
Yeah, it's like almost any team because they push up so high, like a Bastoni over the top. Boom.
Yes,
Di Marco.
Di Marco. Exactly.
Oh, I love
exactly
Di Marco.
Like that. Exactly. The diagonal balls, the first long ball, high quality to at Lukaku, and he's a physical monster. And then Lautaro. Exactly. So for me, calcio verticale, that's what I want to play tonight. Yeah. But we'll see. I mean, everyone says Dzeko. Maybe Simone has been playing everybody, and for once he's been lying to the Sky team. Because usually when it comes to Milan and Inter, God bless, I mean, Sky is essentially Sky Sport Italia is essentially our PR team for both clubs. They know everything about our clubs, which is really annoying. I think it's annoying that both our clubs leak to them as much as they do. I think I'd like to keep our cards a little bit closer to our chest, but
I agree. But you feel like Dzeko's going to get the nod because that's what they've been doing in the big games, and again, you could go either way, and I think it would be great, man. But I want to ask you from the other side now, who is the one? All right, I'll give it to you this way: if it's De Bruyne or Haaland who get basically buried today, you can lock one of them down. Which one do you think would be the better alternative to hopefully get an Inter win?
Who?
Because you see, out of De Bruyne, Kevin De Bruyne or Haaland. If one of these players can be nullified the complete game,
I'm more worried about De Bruyne, because if you nullify De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva, then Haaland has nothing to work with.
Supply line, unless it's on the break, because actually people underrate Haaland on the counter.
No. You do not give him any space.
No. Exactly.
No. You do not give that side
Gundogan
space.
Gundogan as well. I think Brozovic will be man marking the piss out of.
No. We need our midfield. This is why I think he's playing Dzeko as well, because of the fact that they play this kind of 3-2-4-1 like from the 1930s, 20s. This system that he's brought back, Pep. He is very old school. The WM or MW if you want. I think you need Dzeko to pack the midfield. And I think it's going to be one of those situations where Inter need to be patient. And again, they have to know how to suffer.
Chop up
the
flow of the game.
No, in Italian, it's one of these. I love Italian football expressions. I think they're so poignant. They're so poignant in how they, in terms of what they mean. And honest to God, sapere di soffrire. We have to know how to suffer in this game. Yeah. Inter have to know how to suffer in this game, because they're going to have to suffer for long parts without the ball, and they play an intense pressing game that is inhuman. Let me put it to you that way, being a little bit diplomatic. It's an inhuman press. That's all I'm going to say.
I think what's important is who scores the first goal, right? Because if Inter score the first goal and sit back, Man City are going to have an awful lot of problems trying to break them down. People aren't giving Inter enough credit.
That's what I'm saying. People aren't even considering. Everyone's saying, "Well, if Man City scored in the first 5 goals," they're talking about it like it's a formality. Well, how about let's look at the other side of things? That's what football analysis is all about.
And Inter's shown that they can get them early and score early.
Also shown they can come back against Fiorentina. I believe Jonathan Icone scored in the first 10.
No, it was Nico Gonzalez who played it to
Gonzalez. Did Icone play the ball to him or something?
Yeah, Icone played the ball. But
you're right,
that's the thing, though. Inter have been through this. This is what I mean. We played in a final against Fiorentina. We played against Atalanta recently, Napoli. These are, and also Torino, who press really high up the pitch.
Great manager,
obviously, fantastically tactically gifted managers. Press high up, play a similar style, and we passed all those tests. Even Napoli, if it wasn't for Gagliardini,
red card,
goat Liardini, who Stefano Pioli apparently is looking at after getting rid of Paolo Maldini.
Who knows what any of these rules right now.
Oh boy!
Look, all I'm going to say is, I think it's an absolute disgrace what they've done to Paolo Maldini. I think it's a shame in the face of Italian football. It doesn't matter who you support. Italian football needs a strong Milan, Inter, and Juve to be competitive on an international level.
Yeah.
And Paolo Maldini, you do not treat like that. It's as simple as that. I think it's an absolute disgrace.
Yeah.
I think Jerry Cardinale should be ashamed of himself. And I think that Milan fans, if things don't go well, he'll be chased out of town. I honestly think so.
I'll go as far as to say is that Pavel Nedved, when he was left Juve, he was shown the door in a less disgraceful way, even though he's
that's different, because
I'm saying it's different in
grabbing
terms of
places and getting photographed when he should have. Maldini's in a class act, and they pushed him out.
We're talking about Paolo Maldini. Paolo Maldini has the respect of everyone.
Exactly.
And he did nothing wrong. What I was saying was,
I think what he did on CBS, though, I think that might have been the straw
that was the nail in the coffin. That was. That was
What
only
did he do?
17
What
half.
Well, he went on and he publicly said on CBS that we need, more enforcements. We need to spend more money. I mean, kind of airing it out.
But he's right.
He
But
is
he's
right.
right.
He is right. But I think that gave Cardinale and the rest of them the idea of
Jerry Cardinale is a typical, with all due respect,
Weasel.
I think, that too. But he's a corporate. He's a corporate rat. When you ever been unlucky enough to deal with corporate rats, you know what kind of people they are. They look at the spreadsheet in front of them on the computer and they don't give a flying F about anything else. They don't give a crap about the craft. They don't care about what it means. He doesn't understand what he's done. I honestly think that, I hope I'm wrong, because finally we had Milan, Inter back at the top of Italian football. That's why Italian football was doing well. We had a Euro derby in the European, in the
That's
Champions
what Steve
League.
always says. Inter, Milan, when they're at the top, the
Yeah,
whole league is better. When it's just Juve by themselves over and over and over.
No. We need these teams, and we also have a strong Napoli now. So the fact that he's done this, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope I'm wrong, but I think this is going to explode in his face. And I don't think he understands what it means to treat Paolo Maldini. 76-word statement getting rid of Paolo Maldini.
I know.
What are we talking about?
We put like 30 posts about Ibra and not even one about Maldini.
Una vergogna.
The optics always look so bad, unfortunately, this past week. The longest week ever, for the love of
Did you see Scaroni's interview? When Scaroni comes out and says, Paolo Maldini's stature is the reason we could buy many of these players. But we basically don't need it anymore.
Disgusting. Abhorrent.
How dare you?
According to the fan base, half the fan base, Fiorlani closed the Leao deal. Who the fuck is this guy?
Who believes that?
Listen. I don't care.
Half of the fan base say Fiorlani is the guy that's going to lead.
I don't
care. And we already lost out on our first target. We lost out on our first target. So great new management.
I care about what the players say. I care about what Leao says. I care about what Magnon says. I care about what Teo says. I care about what Zlatan said. I care about what the players say. Yeah. And they all talk about Paolo Maldini being the reason they returned or joined Milan or extended with Milan. What are we talking about here?
I know it's such a. You know what? I just want to pivot just to one.
Paolo Maldini. What are we talking about here?
Right. I know it's crazy. It's crazy that they did that.
Him and Ricky Massara won you a Scudetto that nobody thought you would win. And you show them out the door like that.
That's what I was saying about the whole. I obviously Nedved did a lot of wrongdoings. What I was saying was I was talking about the departure and the way that each club handled it, and the disgrace that Cardinale did with Maldini. Juve somehow let go of someone who was doing wrong. They did not badmouth him.
Paolo Maldini makes people, like you saw on that same interview, the CBS interview, you saw Thierry Henry was
swooning over him.
It's Paolo Maldini.
Exactly.
It's sometimes class.
I think, Nema, that again, it goes to like the mental,
because he's a corporate douche.
And he sees, look at these guys. They all fucking love this guy. Look how they're speaking about him on TV. He goes on, he says, we got to do this. I'm the owner. Exactly.
It's ego. So it's about ego, about not understanding. And also this guy, Jerry Cardinale, thinks that there's going to be, he watched Moneyball and saw Brad Pitt play Billy Bean. And so he thinks that, I don't know, maybe George Clooney can play me. But I'm thinking it's not going to be a blockbuster the way he imagined. It might be a Ferrelli's movie about his tenure at Milan. If you can.
No, Nema, I'll tell you what this is. So Nema, so what's really interesting is that there's been an awful lot of stories in the press about the Inter-financial situation.
Yeah.
Right. And
the New York Times wrote a hit piece, which was not news.
Yesterday,
talked
right?
A bunch of bullshit. Right. And then you had that moron on the Independent, which I basically, the Independent is like New York Times from wish.com. Wrote some nonsense about how Inter don't have any tactical ideas whatsoever. I mean, look, we all know.
But here's the thing, though. All right, even if there is, let's say, a bit of truth to the debt situation, right? It's like, who cares?
But it's not. I care. I care. I care about the truth and the facts in an honest, contextualized way. What they wrote was just, it was half truths without any context, no news. 3 days before the Champions League final in order to create this thing,
this buzz,
create this pressure. Yeah, exactly. About because let's be honest, Inter have a Chinese owner, and the rest is geopolitics. We don't need to get into that, but it is what it is. But it's
doesn't matter what country they come from. They're usually
Nema.
It won't matter if they win the Champions League either.
I seen you going against that crazy guy on Talk Sport. He was waffling, man. He was talking a lot of caca. Bro, they make it's coming home. It's coming home. England got the best team. England got the best manager. English people are really, I think when it comes to football, they're really stupid. I'm sorry.
No.
Listen.
You.
I wanna
Everything is coming home, and then we don't say that. We don't say that.
Listen. No, nobody says that. But listen, here's the thing with that, and that is, I was talking about certain parts of the English mainstream media, which is like that. All right. So they are that way. They are incredibly chauvinistic. They're incredibly arrogant, and they are full of themselves.
Yeah.
And when he and the host Hugh, he asked me. He even framed the question as, if I were an Inter Milan fan living in the UK, I would feel a bit offended. That's the host of the show framing the question to me, because Hugh is not, he's not an idiot. He knows where he lives. He listens.
That's not a question. That's a screw you.
But he's asked me, because he knows it's true. And I said, yes, but I'm not offended, because first of all, I don't get easily offended. And second of all, we're used to this bollocks. I'm sorry. We're used to England, to the English press, the mainstream English press, because I was very careful to say that, because I don't talk about English fans. I don't like to generalize. But there are certain aspects of the English press, the mainstream English media, who have that behavior and the nonsense. No Italy player or Brazil player gets into the England team. No Inter player gets into the Man City team. How many times do we have to hear this? Time and time and time again over the last 40, 50 years. And they build themselves up as if it's just a formality. We're going to win. If it doesn't matter if it's an English team, if it's an England national team, it's the same thing. And then, of course, I called him. I said, he asked me a question. I answered honestly. And that guy got really emotional, and it was really, really funny.
You can tell you triggered him. You triggered him real good.
I did. It was funny, and I didn't intend to trigger him. I was just being honest.
All I know is that if it goes into this way today, he better stay off the internet. He better stay off the internet for his own good.
No, I've got to be honest. But there's a couple of people who've been chatting a lot of bollocks. Who I might have saved a few things in case.
Oh, all right. He's got some receipts. I like it. Listen, this doesn't. How much Inter gives two shits about this particular thing? But they
don't care. They don't care.
They're the third Italian team, right? Our last hope. Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard, but Calcio is back, despite Roma losing and Fiorentina losing,
and Juve being seventh.
Well, that doesn't matter. But that doesn't matter. Do you think Inter has any more extra pressure being the representation of Italy? Maybe
not at all. I think Inter, all the pressure is on Man City. 100%. All the pressure is on Man City. Inter have a net transfer profit from the last 2 years of 190 million euros. Like we're in the Champions League final with Nonno Dzeko and Nonno Acerbi and Nonno Mkhitaryan. Like we have 3 Manchester United rejects. We have a Chelsea reject. We have Onana free transfer from. There's no pressure on Inter. No one expected Inter to be here. This is a team that is united. This is a club that is united, and all this other stuff is just.
And you don't have 115 financial.
No, you have the most important thing, guys. You have the most important thing. You have a Croatian on the team.
The egg thing is just the egg fact hashtag. Like that has gone. All the stuff that like Inter fans. As soon as I saw that video with the guy with the eggs, I knew Inter fans were going to take it. And
I saw that one too. I was like, the eggs! This is trouble for Man City.
It's gone. Ever since then, Inter fans have taken that and turned it into something else. With all the similarities between every time Inter have won the Champions League and this year, it's been complete comedy to follow. This is an aspect of the Italian football fandom that I love. This autoironia, this kind of laughing at yourself, taking, joking.
Humility.
Yeah, very, very much humility. This is typical of Italian, like it's this kind of ironic, sarcastic view on life and joking and self-deprecation. That's very typical of the Italian. Yeah, it's a very typical of calcio and calcio fans, that they can laugh at themselves, and we know that we're crap. I mean, Milan fans, I've seen so many jokes that you guys have done on the Ketteler and the Selemakers that I died. Like, it's so funny. Like, it's absolutely hilarious. And that's part of the calcio tifoso culture, and it's very, very funny to see.
That's because we laugh now, cry later. That's how we do it.
Or we do both. Well, Nema,
I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to talk to us before. I got to tell you, I can't say I root for your team, but I do root for you, Nema, man. I appreciate you so much. And Nema, just tell everybody where they can follow you if they want to. Sempre Inter.
Yeah, Sempre Inter. If you want Inter news in English, sempreinter.com. And of course, the Italian Football Podcast, which we do every Monday, where we do a review show of the past week. And then, it's on Spotify, Google Podcast, iTunes, all that good stuff. And of course,
I believe we always retweet it as well. On
you do. And we're very grateful for your support. And thank you so much. And give my best to Steve and Vinny, who aren't here. They have
Vinny's running a little late. He's a rock star, so he comes in like an
hour. Vincenzo, what do you think of this? What do you think of this right here? Roberto.
Oh, Roberto.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You're falling for Jerry Cardinal, the swindler. You're getting swindled, bro. You're getting spin. You're getting put in a spliff.
Let me put it this way.
St. Louis Cardinals blunt.
I hope for Italian football's sake that Jerry Cardinale is successful, but I will never, ever accept the way that he treated Paolo Maldini, who is not just a Milan legend. He's an institution in Italian football who deserves much more respect. That's
he spent a long time with Berlusconi, and there was never any talk about him at any, unfavorable parties. Okay, exactly. Bunga parties. Nema, thank you so much for your time, man. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Inter Lazio, baby.
Yeah, thanks, ragazzi. Grazie. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I hope you guys have a good evening. And yeah, keep up the good work. I love what you guys do for the Milan.
Best of luck, Nema. I hope
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Beautiful, man, Nema. Last act.
All right, guys. So that's Nema, man. Follow him on everywhere you can. Sempre Inter. I know everybody knows Sempre Milan, but there's a Sempre Inter as well. And obviously the podcast, which we retweet all the time. So definitely follow us on Twitter, follow Nema and everywhere else. Guys, man, I'm hyped, man. I got to tell you, this is the best. Yes, we don't want to see Inter win, but Inter has dynamic players and they can make a really interesting game. Just imagine if Inter are the ones that score first. The pressure will be through the roof for Man City. And we've seen Inter do it. They can jump on top early and really change the game. Yeah. I mean, man, it's going to be a good one, though.
Look at the teams, by the way, under the Guardiola era that Manchester City have crashed out to. You've got AS Monaco in the first season. That was obviously with a brilliant Monaco side, but by no means a tournament favorite or a favorite in that leg. Obviously, you had Mbappe, Bernardo Silva, Subasic, Fabinho, Kamil Glik, who's chilling in the third division with Benevento. Shout out Glik, Polish man, you know what I'm saying? But he's part of that team, as well as the Italian center back Regini, I think, not Regini, Jesus, whatever. Anyways, that Monaco team beat them. Olympique Lyonnais beat them as well in the COVID year when it was just a one-game knockout, 3-1. Spurs beat them. That Chelsea team with a front three of Havertz, Mount.
Well, these guys are going to be on the move soon.
So, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't take a titan of world football to beat Man City in the UCL.
Pep has a habit of shooting himself in the foot by doing something really outlandish.
That's what everybody keeps saying. They always say that. Oh, Pep's going to do something crazy. He's just going to sit Haaland for no reason. What the hell do you mean? That's not going to happen. That's
Who knows, though?
Gio likes to think that. He thinks Pep is crazy.
Pep is a bit crazy, but you know what else?
He's overrated. I don't think he's crazy.
I don't think he's over. All right, easy.
Come on, Bayern Munich.
Gio, man, what do you think?
You gotta win. You gotta win, though. You gotta win because there have been managers.
And he hasn't in the UCL.
Exactly. You get credit. Absolutely. He is Lep Guardiola until he wins it. Then he's Wep.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
He's Lep right now. Lep. But yeah.
Listen, man, I think Man City has that Norwegian cyborg, like Match has said, man. I think Haaland could be the reason they win this game, and it wouldn't surprise anybody because this is the type of player.
Right.
He takes that step and making the difference today, and helping Man City cross that line, getting the treble. Man, he officially, not like everybody has already put him up there, but you know, the Mbappes, the Messis, the Ronaldos before.
Vinny Jr. Even.
Vinny Jr. is right there, man. I think a lot of people look over Vinny Jr. I don't know why, but
he's at Real Madrid and he's a Brazilian winger. There's no reason not to get hyped about him, and he's incredible.
Because of Mbappe and what Haaland's been doing the last year or 2 years. I think people always look Vinny Jr. over because, he's on Real Madrid. There's so many wonderful players around him too. But you see, he's the difference maker, and I think he's going to get even better. I think he's like, if you line up people in the 1, 2, 3 spot, I'd say Vinny always comes up third. And then it's whether you believe Mbappe is better than Haaland or Haaland's better than Mbappe. You see, like the final for Manchester City against Man United, it could be one of the midfielders that changed the game, man.
Gundogan is the guy I am keeping my eyes on for the final. This guy routinely, year after year, puts in work and scores big goals, big performances, assists. He steps up in the big time. Look at the FA Cup final last week. You're not marking Gundogan at the edge of the box, you bozos. And what does he do? Scores past freaking he scores past De Gea, who isn't a goalkeeper, bro. De
Gea had a bad season this year.
Outrageous.
That second goal is too slow to really let.
So many goals he conceded were just trash as hell, and even Tatarashanu could maybe save a few. And that's honest to God.
Let's not go too crazy. That's it.
Listen, but let me ask this question, guys. All right, so who do you think is going to make more of an impact today? You think it's going to be Pep, or you think it's going to be Simone?
Inzaghi.
So we'll start with you, Steve. You think Inzaghi? Why?
Because I know exactly what he's going to do. I know exactly who's going to come in and out. He's going to swap out the fullbacks. It's going to be Gosens will come on once
DeMarco's tired.
Once Federico Di Marco gets a bit tired. Yep. Correa and Lukaku will step in for Dzeko, and maybe Lautaro will stay on. But for me, I think tactically in game, Inzaghi's shown. I'm impressed by him, to be honest. I actually and with Pep, you actually look at a lot of his games. He doesn't. I'm trying to think of the last time he made 5 whole change subs in a game. He usually does about 1 or 2, maybe 3. So he usually just sticks with his guns. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Inzaghi, though, I know exactly what to expect out of Inzaghi today. And the same applies to Pep. I just think it will suit the way Inter want to approach it in game. So for me, Inzaghi, I think will have more of an impact.
All right. Shane, same question, bro. What do you think, Pep or Simone? Who's going to be making more of an impact today on this particular game?
So it goes back to what I said earlier about whoever gets the first goal.
Yeah,
I think I know it's this cliche about, whoever gets the first goal, right? But I think it's very important in this game. So if Inter get the first goal, right, I think I think they're dealing with a team who will probably shit the bed.
Yeah,
because you can only ticky-taka yourself out of a couple of key areas before it starts becoming long ball FC when you have a lot to lose and there's a lot on the line. So, to be honest, I think knowing what Calcio is and knowing the Italian league, I have a feeling that Inter are going to do it.
I do too.
Yeah.
Gio,
Simone for me.
Gio, same question, bro. Do you think Pep got that sauce? Or are you thinking Inzaghi squeezing lemons today? What do you think, bro?
Inzaghi.
To me, Fabio, I'm gonna say how it is. I think Pep finally gets his redemption today. I mean, Acerbi, good defender. Bastoni, he's been doing good, but that Holland is a different breed, baby. They won Premier Leagues, they won FA Cups, they won that energy drink cup without Holland. But this is what Holland was brought into. And it's gonna be crazy, but I think it's gonna be one in the midfield. Because if you guys remember, he benched Rodri for the Chelsea Champions League final, and that backfired. Which was what is it? See, this is the kind of crazy things I'm talking about, Fabio. Your best DM, you sit him on the bench and you lose. You know, he's the one that controls the game. So I mean, I'm just looking. I'm looking for Pep redemption. They saying Man City coming out with the Milan shirt. So hey,
are they really?
Man City? Forza Man City, baby.
Are they wearing the black and red?
Yeah, that's what they saying on Twitter. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they chat.
It's the only way they can get heritage, though.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
So they showing us love. So let's show Man City a lot of love.
That's true. I mean,
you know what? I don't hate on Man.
I kind of like it.
I don't hate on Man City for this exact reason. Look, I don't hate on them because Berlusconi had the chance to sell us to the PSG owners. He said no. He took pride, and then 6 years later he sold? No, not like 9-10 years later he sold us to a fake owner. So you put it how it is. Imagine we would have had PSG. We would have had our own stadium already. We would have had Neymar. All these people riling up, but his pride let him get in the way, and then he sold us to a fake owner. So shout out to Man City. I wanted to invest Corp. Now I can't go say they more oil club. Fabio, I can't do that. You know, so I think Pep gonna get it done today, Fabio. I think he wants to put that Messi behind him too. I think a lot of things is like they saying that Messi made his career and stuff like that. So if he wins the big years today, it's over, baby. Messi, sit down, bro.
Sorry,
go to Inter Miami.
Fabio, not to cut across you, but I want your answer on this as well, right? Is anyone else here stupid enough to think that the Moneyball approach is going to work?
No. I think again it's a swindling little PR thing because people are having a huge wank over Brighton and they think that they're just gonna pluck out the Encisos, the Buonanottes, the Alexis McAllister, these unknown brothers from all over South America that they're just gonna pull up. Well, you brought CDK. That worked out. You re-signed Macias, played a game for Milan this season, failure again. For me, I think it's a swindle. I think it's a PR thing. PR process. That's how I look at it. AC Milan deserve far better than someone like Cardinal, like Nema was saying. The Maldini treatment was acting like Maldini was some sort of criminal or something. Bro, it's disgusting. And in terms of Man City, I have nothing but respect for them. I don't respect a Daniel Levy at Spurs. I don't respect the Glazers. I don't respect the Cardinal because those guys are PR merchants and they're not focused on the aim of elite football and sport, and that's winning at all costs. And that's also about treating. Look, we as fans spend a shitload of money, especially the people that go home and away, regardless of the club you support, which league, costs a lot of money. You want to see a product in a club that you can actually feel proud of and that they are doing their best because you're giving them money for a product that you think is actually worth paying extravagant sums for. And
that's
again,
why the American model doesn't work because an American owner is looking at it like he would any other sport
NFL.
in America. No, it just in general, any sport in America, there's no punishment for finishing last in the league besides just empty seats. There's no punishment whatsoever. But over there, you have to really spend money to move the club
well.
Up. And you
spend it well.
Listen, Maldini maybe didn't do that well this year, but I still think that he still should have had one more year on his contract, and he should have played it out. And if it didn't work, if there was an improvement next year, then you move on. It seems like everybody else is staying or getting a better position or more of a bigger piece of the pie. But Maldini and Masada are out. And Masada didn't actually probably need to leave. He just said, you know what, if you're going to get rid of Maldini, I'm not staying,
Fabio, look, so we lost, and this new management's careers going to shit Because now Tillemans, Makonda been on the phone for him for like 7 hours. Now he going to Aston Villa. And Dika, Pioli was calling him up. Like, we're looking like clowns right now. And that's what I don't like, Fabio.
I don't like that
Moneyball
guy's
is
name.
awesome.
That's too
Moneyball,
perverted.
guys.
No.
Moneyball.
To me, Fabio, shout out Ollie on Next Free. He says Liverpool does it, yeah, but we don't have a budget to go get a McAllister. Their Moneyball is spending 35 million. We don't have that. You guys remember? You guys remember this guy, Kone from? Remember that the club only valued him like at 4 million, and they weren't gonna go more than that. And then Borussia Mönchengladbach paid the 2 extra million. How is money gonna work like that? How is Moneyball gonna work like that? If Cardenas says no, this player is worth 2 million, but the club wants 4, and he's not willing to go over, how is Moneyball gonna work?
Cheap thrills. That's all this shit is. Honestly, it's a scam.
No, I'm telling you, Steve. You know what this is? This Moneyball carrot and the stick, right? This is literally all it is, right? Just to keep stupid Milan fans, right? That are putting their faith in some guy called Barry Beans, right? That he's going to come in and revolutionize stuff,
Billy
right?
Beans.
And take Billy Beans, right? And he's going to revolutionize the sport, right? Completely tear up the playbook, right? He's going to be like Steve Jobs for Apple. And they're going to be believing that, right? When we're selling Leao, when we're selling Moynihan, right? Because Moynihan might be gone, right? They're going to be believing that, right? But that'll be fine because we'll have a new fucking flashy stadium.
Yeah,
bro, it's all a PR hit job. That's what it is.
Shit. It's bullshit, man.
It's Project Youth. Because the responsibility, they have to convince fans, the idiots like you say, that the good times are coming later. Well, what if those good times don't happen? Oh, well, it'll just
get my charger.
It's called passing the buck, kicking the can down the road. That's what that shit is. And that's again why I respect.
Think about it. Because why I equate this, you know what this Moneyball bullshit is? Yeah. This Moneyball, Arsenal have done it, right?
What's it done?
Like they've done a flavor of it where it's like it's not like Moneyball, but it's essentially it's like, oh, you go first by your balance sheets and then you worry about sporting success later.
I gotta tell you, they made moves in January. We didn't make no fucking moves in January.
I didn't think the moves that Arsenal made. I love the Trossard signing for them, but in terms of a Jorginho, they pussied out of the Caicedo move for a difference of 20 million, and they brought in Jorginho. And Arteta barely used them. Same thing with Jakub Kivior.
Yeah.
He barely got it.
When people say, oh, Moneyball hasn't been done before, right? I'd argue and say, yes, it has.
It has,
and I'd say it's been done in a variant that Dortmund. It's been done at Arsenal, right? How are they going? How are they doing? Are they doing well? Like in terms of the Champions League? I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous. It's a joke. Anyone who's stupid enough to fall for this Moneyball bullshit, right? Fuck off. Seriously.
Look at Liverpool. They were propelled by a brilliant manager who didn't get the proper transfer windows following the Coutinho sale, got them Van Dijk in the January window following that sale. And then Alisson from Rome. I thank God they got him out of there. Jesus Christ. But, guess what FSG Sport did? Guess what FSG Sport did? They rested on their laurels and didn't give Klopp any more players when you've still got Milner and Henderson. They're screwed once Salah leaves.
I know Matt's comment there about undervalued players by using advanced stats. Is that not what Mancada does?
That's exactly. I was just gonna say that Milan's basically been doing this. This is why we go for loan deals, so it's more financially stable for us.
Here's the difference, though, Fabio. The difference is that the ship players that Mancada brings in and that Pioli plays, right? They can't blame it on Maldini anymore.
Right. No, they won't be able to.
That's
now
the difference.
It's really Forlani and Mancada are going to be the ones sealing the deal. How much Cardinal is involved in that process, I have no idea, or why he would be. He doesn't know anything about the sport. How can he evaluate?
Look, what Ollie says is true. It's advanced stats, but yet again, their money ball is 35 to 40 million. That's the difference. That's their money ball. They're not paying like what the cities are doing, like 50, 60 million. That's their their price range. I don't think they've ever only for Grealish, but Grealish they needed him because of the English rule that they need English players. But so to me, I mean, Moneyball. I mean, we could hit on Moneyball. I mean, Enzo Fernandez was there. But everybody knows when Milan comes in knocking, the price doubles. Brighton,
very true.
Brighton, Benfica, like the price stays the same. But as soon as Milan wants a player, it was CDK before Milan wanted him was 20 with 5 add-ons. Milan comes in, we have to pay 35. That's already like we're jumping up in things. So I mean, if it's gonna work, I mean, you already missed out on your 2 targets that you've been calling you know what, Pioli and Ferlani and Makanda, they looking like simps out here. They calling all these players, and then they going as soon as you hear the day before that they've been calling all these players, they already signing with other teams, making us even look even more stupid.
Yeah, they were trying to hijack Indica from Roma.
Yeah,
like it didn't work because
they're not willing to go up to 4 million to sign a Fabio. That's the thing.
No, but the thing is,
they want to sign Thuram. They want to sign Thuram, who PSG is offering 9 million. Are we gonna go to 9 million now? I just want to know this.
You ain't going 9 million.
So that's PR. So the Milan name should be not Milan no more. It's PR Cardinale.
Yes, exactly.
PRC.
How can we pay anybody more than what we're paying Leao and what we're gonna attempt to renew Mike Mignon at? Because Mignon's gonna end up to 5 million pretty soon. They're already talking.
Chelsea already told him 5 million. So now they need to go to 5 million
for some reason.
Yeah.
They're going to give 5 million at least.
I'm too familiar with this shit with Lazio and Lotito, bro. This guy lowballs all the effing time, and we're actually in less financial debt than Roma is. But Roma are somehow getting more attractive names and whatnot. I know Mourinho and whatever, blah 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 blah. But in terms of bro, I'm dead worried once Ciro, Luis Alberto, and Sergej Milinkovic-Savic eventually depart because, bro, with Lotito, some of these Moriki signings, bro, Jesus Christ. I mean, at least we got like a Casale and our goalkeeper. What the hell is his name? Not Maximiano. Oh my God, why am I blanking on our goalkeeper name?
Radu. Not Radu, is it?
No, Radu center back, Romanian. I'm trying to think of it. Oh my God, why am I blanking on my own club's goalkeeper?
Hisai's
a left back, goalkeeper. Freaking
Provedel.
Yes, Ivan Provedel from Spezia. That was a terrific signing for us. He's been terrific.
Yeah, but when you guys come calling, it's not like when Milan. They think even though that we have money, like we don't have no money, and they still want the price.
Yeah.
No, man.
Or maybe we're not good negotiators. Maybe Maldini wasn't a good negotiator. We don't know. But now
I don't know. We had a couple of deals. The rumors I've read that we had a couple of deals. We had to cancel the meeting because not sure if they want to go in that direction.
Now they want Kamara.
Doesn't seem to be happening. Kamara is
butt cheek.
Yeah, lift that butt cheek, bro. I don't know.
That's a shame, bro. I love Daichi Kamada. Roll the dice.
Hopefully.
No. Now they saying we good. After we lost out on 2 people. We need to get him because he's the only one that told us yes from the beginning. He said, "I'm a Milan fan. I'm coming to join the Devils." And I don't know, baby.
To be honest, man, it just feels like it's not a good look to agents and other free agent players that the team loses their sporting director, and he's one of the legends, literally as the transfer
and the players, superstars of your team are pissed.
Yeah, it should have been where you talked him into doing like a resignation, so you could make kind of like, all right, we're gonna part ways, but we thank you, Maldini, make a show of it. They didn't do that. It's so like, oh, let's just keep it quiet. And I don't think it's going to help us, honestly. I don't think it's going to draw people to us. I know people say, oh, if they care about Paolo Maldini that much, then they're probably not the right type of players for Milan. They have to care about Milan only. But at the same time, they're players, guys. And you know what they strive to be? Legends. And if you go to the club and the legend is in charge, but they don't even treat the legend with respect, just think about if it's like their parents or their agent looks at that and they have a particular feeling towards it, they'll tell the player, maybe you don't want to go and be a part of this particular project. Maybe things are a little messed up here. They look how they treat Maldini. Like, maybe we'll take you somewhere else where they'll really appreciate you. Who knows?
Yeah,
who knows if that's a possibility that's really happening out there? I hope it's not. I hope the players stay and they be professionals and we find somebody or this new group or Pioli. I mean, it's really on Pioli. This is Pioli's year now. Now it's Pioli out if things don't go well.
Do you want to see? So this is the thing, right? And I've said this a couple of times, and I just want everyone else to understand this as well. Right. So for all the people that are happy about one of the cornerstone, one of the people that's alive that made this club what it is today.
Yeah.
Those people that are happy about Maldini going, right? One of the positives about Maldini going is this, right? So if you're listening to the new reports, it's going to be Moncada, and it's going to be Forlani, and it's going to be Pioli, and they're going to work together like some sort of weird three-way relationship.
Threesome, baby.
Like a threesome, right? Exactly. But a lot fucking uglier, usually. So but anyway, so what's going to happen, though, if this doesn't work, right? The three of them are all to blame. And who's going to get the chop first? Because it's not going to be Forlani.
It's going to be Pioli. It's going to be Pioli.
Exactly.
I mean,
Pioli. The only reason Pioli's still at this fucking club is because he's a yes man.
Yes,
and that's it.
Yeah,
exactly. He's happy to take the shit and eat it, and that's it.
Oh, 100%. That's why Arteta. I mean, if you look at Arteta and Arsenal, Arteta and Josh Kroenke, they're buddy. Like if Arsenal were a proper club, they'd be like, okay, Arteta's good, but the project, but Arsenal's PR is. It's incredible. It's incredible.
It's just like the Milan's one. It's fucking non-existent. Honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
It just seems like the PR.
That's why I'm equating us to Arsenal now.
Yeah,
literally, this is what we have coming. Like this level of.
We have a championship, guys. Bullshit. Let's not mention us and Arsenal together. All right.
Let's not,
exactly. But it's going to end up like Arsenal.
Nah, well, they didn't get a championship yet, so I think we're in better. Listen, they're in a different league.
Right.
We have particular Champions League aspirations. They're finally in the tournament again as well, so it's going to be interesting to see. There's a high probability we get drawn into a group with them next year because they're in pot 2. So it's going to be really interesting what happens because I think Milan's destined for a really difficult group next year when it comes to Champions League. I can't.
You get Newcastle, baby. I would love that. Oh, I would love that because home and away, man, that would be. I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
Bro. Well, we'd have to mute you from the chat that week. But listen, man. Honestly, I just hope Milan can straighten out a little bit. It is.
Yeah.
It feels so ridiculous to say that we're still in the same week when it's happened because like the week has felt so drawn out and long, but this only happened on Monday and it's Saturday, so it's like we're still kind of caught up in this, and hopefully things settle down. If you look at all the posts for Milan, it's just nothing but Cardinale out, where's Maldini, Cardinale out. It's just like carpet bombing the entire social media thing, and it's honestly because the social media and the PR team really fucked this up by not giving Maldini a proper send-off. You did so much for Zlatan. You're posting like about everything else, even a fucking monkey league, which I don't even understand what it is, but I hate the optics of a monkey league. A terrible idea. Pick any other fucking animal. Why did you pick the monkey? I don't like this one. Let's avoid it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. But anyway, but I just think Milan, we got a lot of rumors going on, right? I would like to ask this from Gio, but Gio disappeared. He'll be back in a few minutes. So let's shift our focus back before we get into Manchester City Inter again. I do have to just mention one more time the reason why I'm doing this and why we're here talking about the game previous is because of my friend Dan. Dan is married to my sister's niece, and we got to bring it up. I'll put it up here. Hopefully, there it is. Hey.
I gotta hit the button. There it goes.
Donating right
right.
now, Fabio.
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you. This is
course.
Dan and his wife Margarita and their 2 kids. Dan is suffering from a stage 4 battle that we know he has the fight and the strength in him to keep going, but we need to try to support this family as much as we can. And Margarita and me are godparents to my nephew. We spent holidays and many birthdays and times together. And Dan is just too young to have to go through this, and he's super strong. So whatever you can donate, any little bit, however much you feel you want to, it's greatly appreciated, because you got to support times like this, even people you've never met before, because if any little thing can make the difference when you're fighting the worst fight that could ever be brought in front of you. And, especially for the wife, you're having to see your family members suffer and go through that. And we want to try to make as much possible. Their kids are awesome. Dan is a huge Yankee fan. I mean, he is a Yankee fan the way I love Milan. Like, every time I see him, I talk to him, it's about the Yankees. So, he's just a great guy, man. He's a family man. He deserves as much help as anybody can give him. So, please, anything you can, it's in the chat. I'm going to send it into the YouTube page again, in the chat there. So check the description. Anything you can donate greatly helps, man. But all right, that's my piece. Let's get back to the game now. Steve, Manchester City, Inter. All right, let's go through this now. Pretty soon we're gonna get the official lineup. So obviously asking this is a tad premature. All right, tad premature. Excuse me. All right, but what's your player of the game? And give me a dark horse. You got 22 players to pick from. Who's your player of the game, and who do you think is going to be the dark horse? Tell us, brother.
I think Bastoni, man of the match. I think Bastoni is gonna. I think Bastoni is gonna. He's gonna show the world why he is one of the top center backs in the world, and that if Inter do part ways with him, or if he wants to leave Inter, you keep your eyes on him, bro. And you know what? This audition,
it'll be like
bro.
Real Madrid or Manchester City. The team's not going to be able to afford him.
Right,
he has a great game today.
Yeah, bro. He's going to show, I think, today why he is so highly regarded and touted. This boy is something else. He's
put some hell of crosses in too.
He's a brilliant defender, first and foremost, which is I'm old school in that sense. Defenders defend, midfield, do a bit of everything. Attackers score me goals. That's what Bastoni does defensively. I think he's remarkable. It'll be interesting to see if maybe he moves to a club that plays in the back 4. But all I can say is that from what I've seen from Bastoni, he's just a remarkable player, man. I think he's intelligent. I think positionally he gets it right more oftentimes than not. His passing ability is terrific. He's top of the line, man. Honestly,
top of the line. Well, I as an Italian, I hope he stays on an Italian club.
Honestly. Yeah, of course.
But who would be your dark horse of the game, man? Who do you think is the person that is going to kind of surprise you today, come out of nowhere, and possibly make a difference?
Federico Di Marco. I especially on the counter and then defending against Bernardo Silva. But again, another quality footballer that I think goes under the radar. I don't know really why. Maybe it's because he's not as big a name as an Onana, Bastoni, Lautaro, Barella. But I think this guy is a phenomenal crosser of the ball. Defensively, he's pretty solid. I think he's terrific, bro. That'd be my dark horse. But if you want a Man City player as a dark horse, it's Gundogan, baby. It's Gundogan. He's like I said, steps up in the clutch moments. If you leave him unmarked, it's a goal. If you, like I said, I think it's crucial that Inter someone man marks Gundogan in this game. Definitely a player to keep an eye on for me. But yeah, man, this guy's mustard.
I mean, he's been playing phenomenal. I mean, he's going to cash in. Another goal might get him another $1 million a year. You never know.
Yeah,
Shane. Who's your player of the game? Who's your dark horse? Who are you going with?
I wanted to pick Bastoni for the player of the game, and I fucking can't now.
Hey, brilliant minds think alike, brother. Come on, man.
All right.
But this is part of why I love the Italian league. So Calcio is definitely a thing. It's just tactically, it's far superior to the Premier League. So I think the player of the game for me is probably because it can't be Bastoni, right?
be.
I'll say Cherby,
Oh,
right? Because
yeah,
he's
I
got
love-
experience,
Yeah.
right? He does have experience, maybe not at this level so much, right? But he does have the experience, and I think that's key. Second, maybe Lukaku, if I can pick one. I
Of
have
course.
a feeling that.
No,
like,
we're very
Lukaku-
strict here. All right.
Yeah, right. Dark horse of the game. Do you know what? I'm actually going to go for Limone, right? Which isn't technically
Ooh.
a player, right? I
Hey,
just think
fair.
that tactically there's something he could pull it out the bag. He's playing against. They're playing against a team that they bottled UCLs before.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst thing is I'm saying this as a Milan fan, but I'm also saying this as a football fan.
Yeah.
This is the only time in my life that I will not disagree with Inter winning a UCL, because I fucking detest everything about Man City.
Fair enough.
I know, but I just can't, man. Do you know what they're gonna do online and in everywhere
100%.
else? Like,
But we do the same
they
thing.
will be inseparable.
To be fair, Shane,
Insufferable.
Shane, if Man City win, though, that's Man United's 99 wet dream.
I know, but
I'm here for the
those-
Man United
But the
tears.
thing
So
is, though,
flub
it's
the
Let's
treble
not
at
act.
the end.
Let's also not act like Manchester United were broke boys in the 90s.
no, they weren't broke boys at all. But here's the thing, though, is that was so. I'm not a Man United fan, right? But there's a difference in between heritage. So Man United, as shit as they are now, right? They have heritage.
Yeah.
Right. Man City have United Arab Emirates money. There's a difference, and there's
A few trophies. They won in the 70s, I think, a UEFA Cup winners. You're right. The history is mostly.
You know what I mean?
They've got some,
and that's not their fault. It's not their fault that
Right.
they were shit and then they were bought, right? But
Right.
it's I can't get myself hyped up about a team that are backed by a nation state winning something, because it's like they can't fail.
That they can fail because anything can happen, man. And again, this is
QPR.
Are they gonna bottle it
QPR
again?
thought that they were gonna be they thought, and they bought crazy, and then that. What I appreciate about Manchester City is that they have the top to bottom, they spend money, of course.
Yeah.
But they run that club.
It is very well run.
It is outstanding how well that they're run. And they also, what I would say is that it's not just the football club that I think that they've invigorated. It's also surrounding Manchester area as well. They invest into other things, training ground, youth development. I mean, for me, and again, because I'm Newcastle bros, and we've got the same sort of scenario. They're breathing life into the city and the club again. Like, I understand the money and the nation state thing. That's cool, but I want that for a Milan, right? Because of the fact I look at it, I look at things as football. And for me, if Milan could have someone like that, that's what you guys deserve, because they would treat your club with the utmost respect in terms of we're Milan, we're winners, baby. We're winners. We're gonna
definitely drop money into the club.
You would have that new stadium. Yeah. You would have the best people in the world at every role, and you would from the youth team to the first team. There would be such attention to detail and such professionalism and dedication to winning that is something that I understand the nation state thing, but the other thing is that it's a global world, right? Qatar, Saudi Arabia, these countries are involved with everything. The United States is involved with Saudi Arabia, not just on a military thing. It's deeper than that. It's investing into banks, grocery shops, all of this stuff. We're all interconnected some way. I know some of the stuff they do.
I know, but it's just no. So here's the thing, and I'm not poo-pooing the thing about Man City. They run their club well. So, but the thing is though, is that when you have unlimited funds, if you do something right at the start, it's kind of a snowball effect, right? Because it gains some momentum and it goes. And Man City did that, and I think arguably Newcastle are doing that right now, which is good for Newcastle.
Yeah.
And kudos to the Newcastle fans like yourself, Steve, because you deserve the success, honestly, because it's been, it's a long time.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, though.
Okay.
Right, 115 financial fair play violations.
Yeah, I get that. I want to see what I'm going to say is that I'm of the mindset. I don't know about you guys. I can only speak for myself. I'm an innocent till proven guilty kind of guy, right? Because I think about it like this: if somebody were to say I am accused of something and I didn't do it, I would not want people to badmouth. I know it would happen because of social media. It's court of public opinion. I get that, but I would want to be judged fairly. So to be fair, whenever the rulings come out in terms of and it also depends what it is, because I read some of them and some of them were some inane stuff that's little violations in terms of the locker room distance to just there was some stuff. I'm just waiting until it's dealt with. I'm just waiting.
And it won't be dealt with. And you know why? Because the English Premier League needs Man City to be successful.
Exactly.
So,
and that's the other thing too. Dirty stuff happens all around. You don't think Jerry Cardinal is up to some not so savory things?
He's fucked out a club legend and treated him like shit. He's definitely done savory things.
He went straight to the point. Exactly.
Gio.
I want to get you in here, man. I feel like we haven't seen you in about 20
No, Fabio. It's because
where's Vinny?
I have a sweet 16 coming in, and my shoes were supposed to be delivered yesterday, but they're not getting delivered till Friday. So I'm gonna have to go get some brown dress shoes. I don't know what's going on with Macy's, man, but y'all let me down.
Gio, do not badmouth any other companies on here. Potential sponsors in the future.
Yeah.
We love Macy's. Send us anything. All right.
Yeah.
Gio, but we were talking earlier about who we thought would be the player of the game and who would our dark horse be, even though we don't know the official lineup yet. Who would you say is going to be the player of the game for you?
Player of the game for Manchester City. Manchester City.
You got all 22 people. I'm
gonna give you for Manchester City, player of the game is gonna be Haaland, because that's what they brought him for. Dark horse is gonna be John Stones. He comes in, he inverts into the midfield. So that's they're gonna be dark horse. Inter's player of the game. If they're gonna win, Lautaro, because if you guys have been watching Inter, that like you've seen me, Fabio, even after they beat us, I said they have a chance to beat Man City because they know how to defend. And when they score, Fabio, I think if you check their last 10 games besides the Napoli one, they scored 2 goals in like 5 minutes. So that's why they have a chance and stuff like that. So but if player of the game for them is if they win, it's gonna be Lautaro, and the dark horse for them. If they win, a dark horse like probably nobody's gonna know. It's probably gonna be a Cherby if he stops Haaland.
I said Bastoni for man of the match just because I think that's what the majority of Inter they're gonna be defending, and so I would expect their top center back to put in a top performance because I rate that kid. Oh boy. But that's fair enough. Lautaro is going to win them the match if they are to win.
Well, I don't think they're going to win.
Fabio, you live in the most polluted state in the world. How you feel about that? Your fellow Canadians did that to you.
Gio, it's over, right? You can go outside and breathe clearly now.
Not according to BBC, CNN, Complex.
Don't believe the hype, all right? Don't believe the hype. I go outside right now and show you, but we got McDonald's Wi-Fi over here. Listen, I don't know what the hell's going up in Canada, but they better straighten out. But for me, guys, my player of the game is exactly what Gio said. I think it's Haaland. I think he's going to be the difference maker today. I could see a really high scoring game or seeing a lot of goals, and I honestly see Haaland being the difference. My dark horse is not much of a dark horse because if you're not paying attention to Manchester City, like KDB is the player that does when he does something spectacular, they're gonna move forward. And I think he's not a dark horse because if they don't fucking shut him down, they're in big trouble. Inter. For Inter, I'd say it's going to be Lautaro. If it's not Lautaro, maybe Lukaku, bro, because Lukaku scoring goals off the field, baby. Pop, pop, pop. He's doing good, baby. So I trust him. I trust
Fabio,
him.
can I answer this guy picks on? Look,
Yes.
check this out, buddy. Check this out, buddy. When Wakanda is calling you, bro, to convince you to come, I mean, that's how you want to look at it. I don't like to be looked like a circus Pixion. I don't like to look like a clown. If I wanted to do that, I would be in Chicago right now with the Ringley brothers and fucking doing backflips and all that stuff with giraffes, with elephants and all that. But they
or you just play for the Chicago Cubs.
You know what? So okay. And let's see Taram, because he wants $9 million net. They saying so. If we get him $9 million net, I'll give this management the benefit of the doubt. But right now they don't have the benefit of the doubt because they disrespected a legend. They let him go. And to me, the way that they let him go was 75 words, like Nema said, is the most disrespectful thing. Yeah. And then you don't even want to fire Masada, because one of the negatives on Maldini, they were saying it was Origi, but if you guys read into it, Carlo Mani's agent said that Masada said, no, we are going with Origi because he is stronger and more physical, and that's the type of player that we need. So that was a Masada signing. That wasn't a Maldini. So everybody blaming Maldini.
Again, that could have been a group effort. That again, Origi, whoever the fuck was the one responsible for bringing him in, probably paid the price, because that was unacceptable.
Yeah,
Same thing with CDK.
To me, Pigsound already two guys down the drain.
But how do we feel about Scamacca though? Would we actually want this guy on our team?
You know what? The way that Pioli plays, Fabio, that's what he wants. He doesn't want like his style play is a target man. It's not like it's not like a Oshiman. It's not like a Okafor. It's not somebody that can run past you. It's not a Turam, but I think Turam, they want him because they know that they're not going to pay a fee. So, but Scamacca is an ideal Pioli player. Look at Giroud, bro. I mean, he's a target man. He's not going to run behind you. He's not going to do all that. Scamacca got a little bit of pace because he's younger, and he'll be able to press. But I mean, that's the ideal Pioli player is a Scamacca. Who else?
Shane was just on the phone with Scamacca trying to get some.
Yeah, Shane was out there doing what he doing.
Is that Mialdini right there? I saw him. But honestly, man, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Scamacca. He's kind of I don't know. I'm not sold on him. Durham seems interesting. I kind of like him, but we'll see if we can actually close the deal. For me, I see a lot of uncertainty. I mean, it is super early, and even still, I want to read news where it says no, they're locked in. They have an agreement. It'll go, whenever it is in June, that they can actually go 100% official. For me, it'd be great if we actually get some signings and kind of turn the page.
Yeah.
But it hasn't even been a week. It's only been 5 days, 6 days since we shook up the whole front office and everybody. Hopefully, the real thing that I worry about as a Milan fan is I don't want to see players wanting to leave. I hope Maldini reached out to some of these guys and said, "Look, be professional. It's business. I had to leave, but you guys have to write your own legacy. You could do it, something along those lines, or they get these players to buy in. The only person I care about is Leao. Or get him 100% behind. If Mignon doesn't want to stay and wants to leave, we can make
120 million.
120 million, exactly.
Yep, that's the plan.
Go find another quality goalkeeper that can replace. I don't know if you can replace Mike. Mike is super talented.
Fabio, I think Leao, with his message today when the club put him for his birthday, he said, "This is my team, my thing." So he's not going anywhere, bro. It just got him in shock. But I think Milan works different because usually when you have your top player, they usually tell them they usually tell them like, you know what, these are the changes that we're gonna do. Like me and you, Fabio, we would have taken Maldini not even renewing after the Scudetto. We would have known because we are into American sports. A new general manager, a new owner,
Exactly.
he needs his guy. But the way that they did it was just crazy, Fabio.
Yeah.
But Fabio, I had to head out because I gotta go get these dress shoes, man. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It's all good, brother.
But we got Steve. Steve been putting a lot of good facts in, man. And shout out to him and Shane and everything. But let's see that. And thank you. And then another PR mess. Like, bro, how many layout 17s are now? We at 10, bro. Come on. That's the only thing that I respected about Kessie, because they want the club wanted to force him to change the number. He said, no, I'm 79 because and I don't want to change my number because there's a lot of people that already got the Kessie 79. So I don't want them to look like that's not my original number. That's the only thing that I think about Kessie. But to me, Scamacca, Fabio, I like the Italian stallion. I like the Italian stallions in the team. A lot of people say that I just want Italians in the team. No, I want a little bit more sprinkled in. But I think this Moneyball effect, if they could get players, I like Kamada. I think who mentioned it? Who mentioned it? They said that he does the same thing as Hakan. So so that's purely fits the style. Give me a right winger. That guy at Villarreal, he's looking pretty good. But to me, Doku has a higher ceiling. He's better. He's an animal. 1 year left on the contract. So but his stock has dropped. Maybe we could get him at a 15. So I just need to see, Fabio. I don't want to hear no more like message to Cardinale. Stop leaking everything, bro. If you're talking to a player for 7 hours, 10 hours, don't leak that to the press, because now it's more of a circus, bro. Like let's just do what we do and that's it. Because what if they saying we talking to Kamara for another 10 hours and then he go to another team? But let's just figure out, and if not, we got the group chat that's gonna save us this year. This time we're not going to the banter era together. We're going with it with family and stuff like that. A lot of Twitter things like back in the days was cesspool, but we found a lot of good relationships. Me, Fabio, we brothers. Shane. Now we got Steve. We coming in here. He not saying nothing bad. Because usually when you're a rival, all you want to do is chat GBT, whatever you guys
want to chat football.
Yeah, big up Steve. Steve knows
the Inter fans in our spaces were fucking dangerous last week, bro. Dangerous. We couldn't let them talk. Gio, have a good day, brother. Thank you for jumping on.
And everybody, before I go, the dance story, man, is touching, man, because I got kids and everything. So. And everybody, man, I know we men in here. We got a pain in the side. Nah, we take a Tylenol and we move on. Nah, let's
get it checked.
The thing that Dan has taught us is like, bro, I've been pulling off a physical for 5 years, but I'm gonna go get one now because you never know. And these are the stories. And he got kids, man, and it's crazy. And now here, like I think what Shane was saying, healthcare is not good in California, bro. Like you have a cap and then you have to
nothing is good in California. Jim.
I mean, not California. I mean, in the United States, my bad. But it is what it is.
Hey, there's a lot of good stuff in California. Hey,
not when you live there. If you're going on vacation, Ting, it's
don't disrespect our California listeners. It's a lovely place to live. But all right, thank you for that, Gio, man. We appreciate it.
I just donated, Fabio, by the way.
Thank you, man. Listen, guys, you're not doing it for me, and I appreciate you doing it regardless. But it's for Dan and Margarita and their family. They are wonderful, wonderful people. Yeah. So if you can, again, link is in the description. Here's a picture of them. They are wonderful. 2 beautiful kids, man. Awesome little baseball players. So cool. But we want to just give them a little support in a trying time, man. Trying time. It's I again, every time I think about Dan and think about their story and what they're going through right now, it makes days where I lose my fucking mind about Paolo Maldini and Jerry Cardinale and all this stuff. It brings you back to reality that at least, thank God, we have football to kind of distract us from sometimes the tough stuff in life, man. But you gotta face it head on like a man, strong, be a fighter, and that's what Dan's doing, man. So
Yeah.
We appreciate any support anybody can send, whatever money amount, man. All of it helps. Any of it helps. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
But guys, all right. Man. So like for me, my player of the game, I never even got a chance to really get it out because Gio cut me off. But my player of the game, man, I got to tell you, I honestly think it's Haaland, it's KDB, and if Inter can actually bring, if Inter can score early, bro, I think it's going to be behind Lautaro. Lautaro is going to be the difference maker for them. And I think, I'm going to kind of start here with our predictions of the game. Eventually, if we're lucky enough while we're still doing this, the actual official lineups, we'll go through and just talk about it a little bit. But I want to talk final predictions now. And for me, like I said, I honestly think Man City's going to pull it out. I cannot say I'm rooting for Inter. I don't want them to win. I want to hear Inter fans super excited. I don't like the fact that Italy's going to be 0 for 3 in these finals. Calcio is back. You fucking idiots. I don't know whoever thought that was a good idea. Never again. But honestly, I think it's going to be 3-2. And I think it's going to be extra time. That's what I'm thinking. I think somebody scores. I think Haaland scores in extra time and changes or it's the game winner. We'll just go with that. What about you, Steve? What do you think is your final score prediction?
I'm saying 1-1 Inter penalties.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
I can just feel the heartburn now.
Bro, honestly, bro, Inter, I think you look at the way they play, they're gonna pack that midfield. They have quality individuals. I think Inter get their goal off a set piece because you've got so many technically gifted footballers that can just deliver pinpoint crosses to any of the front three. Barella can chip in with a goal. Brozovic, I think he is one of the most reliable, consistent footballers on God's green earth. Brozovic, he's going to put in a good performance and do his job. I think honestly, man, it's going to be an interesting game. And you know what? And the other thing is that I see a lot of times in sports when there's a mismatch, everybody's already crowning people as winners, right? And it don't work out like that 9 times out of 10 for me, because then if you're a Man City player, you don't want to be listening to that crap and let it get to your head, because then you're not walking on with the elite mentality that has to be. I think Inter can do it, man. I think they will. I think 1-1. They're gonna make the game chippy. They're going to, like Nema put it so eloquently.
Nobody in the chat has mentioned anything for Inter. I guess we could expect it being a Milan channel.
Yeah,
but everybody's going over the edge. 4-0, 5-0, 4-1, 4-2, 5-0. I mean, realistic Milanista really wants it to be.
Would you put your life savings on that scoreline, though? That's my
Hell no.
Exactly.
And plus, honestly, that would make the game so unwatchable. Like,
right, bro.
As a neutral, you're gonna be happy to see a game that's like 4-0. Already decided by like the 50th minute. Like,
bro,
this fucking sucks. I don't even know why I'm watching the rest of it.
What? Name me a time Onana's conceded 5 goals.
It's getting higher all the time. First it was 5-0, now it's 8-0.
This Ali Oxenfree, yeah, he really wants City traumatizing Inter. That's what he wants. He wants them to never even want to see another final, and definitely never to see another red and black jersey. That'd be great. Win it with the red and black like side stripes or whatever the hell they're doing with it. That's inspired by Milan for some reason, because Man City has to be inspired by another club. Doesn't even make any sense. Yeah.
There's a realistic Milanista. I ain't calling you out, but I am at the same time. How is there no way possible that Inter scores? How is there no way possible?
Well, they scored in the first 10 minutes. It's gonna be like, oh my God, here we go.
We're acting like this is Watford or something. It's not like Lautaro Martinez is a bum player. Is Federico Di Marco a bum? Is Bastoni a bum? Is Onana a bum? Is Barella a bum? Is Brozovic?
No, and honestly, I don't want the Italian team getting smoked. I said it, guys. What I want is to be Inter to be up 3-0
and
for
then
like
choke.
50
Do you
minutes.
really?
Yes.
Do
Excuse
you
me, 2-0,
really?
2-0, 2-0. Inter's up 2-0 for like 50 minutes,
yeah.
and then the tide turns, and they score in this 50-something or the 60th.
Like the World Cup
And they
situation.
get one more right at the death, and then Holland gets in an extra time. They don't even get the penalties. It'd be beautiful. Because that's fucking football, baby. And football is life, baby.
And it's played. It's never played on paper.
No, of course
never
not.
played on paper. Inter deserved to get here. Man City have also deserved to get here. Two teams battle, and who is gonna deserve it? Who's gonna earn that? Who's gonna grab it and say, "This is my UCL, not yours, motherfucker"? So for me, I people writing off Inter completely. I think it's possible, yeah, but not from what I'm seeing. Not from what I'm seeing. For me, maybe I don't know. I don't know, bro.
All right.
And the thing is, I don't have a vested interest. I'm chilling and happy whoever wins, because if Man City win, like I said, the crying United fans, I got loads of Man United fans. You don't think I'm going to talk about their little treble being a little dustpin now and something that Man City did? I'm going to town on that. And if Inter win, we got to then I could talk about the Premier League being a farmers league now, apparently. Then I can have that dialogue. I'm always having that dialogue because people don't watch football outside of England. So they don't actually know what they're talking about. I watch every league.
Yes, you do.
Every league I can. So I actually have seen with my own eyes that Premier League defensively, it's horrible. The standard of defending, it's honest to God dreadful. Like if you really actually watch both comparatively to other leagues, but
tactics don't exist in the Premier League.
There's no tactics. There's no accurate crosses, technical ability, a few little players here and there, but it's just a lot of pace and power, which is cool. It's fun to watch. I mean, I'm not saying it isn't, but yeah.
Well, one of my best buddies on here is a United fan, so I don't want to. Let's leave United fans alone. Focus on yourselves, Man City. You're happy you win a treble and everything else. But Shane, what's your final prediction on the score? What do you think is going to happen?
So honestly, it's
7-0,
kind of like
8-0,
like asking me, do you want chlamydia or herpes?
I don't know. Which one do you have medication for? Right?
Well, yeah, right. No, it's awful, man. It's no, but seriously, look, obviously,
you can't root for Inter. Just say it. You know you can't.
No,
and you can't root for
I
City.
I wore a Sevilla shirt and went absolutely mental. Almost fell out of my window when Sevilla won, bro.
But I can't. Honestly, for the good of football, it's better if Inter wins.
So what do you think the score is going to be?
So I say this as a diehard Milanista, right? I hope Inter win. And it fucking hurts me to say that. But so I think probably look, let's go for 2-1.
2-1, okay.
2-1. And I think it's going to be something happening. I think it's going to be extra time, maybe a penalty in extra time. I just have the feeling Man City are going to battle it, right? But the whole reason that I'm saying that, and it fucking pains me to say this, that I prefer that Inter win it, right? Is just because the same people that are complaining about Cardinale, right, and all the shit he's doing to our club, right? This is literally it's an owner coming in that doesn't understand the league, but if they have enough money or whatever else, right, they can do whatever the fuck they want. This is literally what. If Man City wins this, we are saying that we're okay with infinite money going into a football club. But that fucking pyramid ends very quickly. So, fuck, guys. Seriously, be careful what you're fucking wishing for, you know? Yeah.
To be fair, the other English clubs ain't broke. I looked at a graph the other day. You know who the third most profitable sports club on the earth was? The third most?
All going to be Man United, I think.
No, It's Tottenham.
Oh yeah, but they're
Well, they're
Moneyball.
not. Well, they're not.
No,
Broke.
but they're Moneyball, right? So Moneyball.
No, they're not even Moneyball, bro. They are Harry Kane, inshallah. They are Harry Kane, and they also use Heung-Min Son to bring South Korean money over to the stadium. These teams, Man City, are obviously they got a hell of a lot of money, but let's not act like someone with access to billions and billions of dollars that aren't from the Middle East aren't wealthy either. FSG could spend more money. They just have no ambition. And even
big time.
John Henry has said that as well. John Henry has said that it's the financial first.
It's not a problem about where they're from or where they're.
Oh, no, sorry, I wasn't trying to make.
No, and I know you're not saying that, but I just want to clarify my position.
Sure.
I'm not saying it like as in, it's not a problem where they're from. It can be from the Middle East, fucking Timbuktu, the Antarctic, wherever. It doesn't matter, right? But the thing is, though, is that when you let's be honest, though, it's like they can't fail. And if they win this, right, it's literally just like saying anyone outside of Man City fans won't give a shit because they're kind of like, we knew this was coming.
What I would say is that I think the money is important. Make no mistake, Newcastle, we're probably going to be doing big things, but look at how much money Manchester United have spent over the past decade as well. Look at Everton. Everton have spent even more money net than Liverpool. And look at where Everton are and look at where Liverpool are. We've seen teams throw money aimlessly is the difference, without ambition, without a project and a philosophy as a club. I mean,
big time. I completely agree, dude. I completely agree.
It's like sending a little child to the grocery store, get me groceries. They come back with soda and gummy bears, compared to I'm sending an adult to send to the grocery store with money. Yeah. They're gonna get actual groceries.
I'm telling you, man. But listen, no matter what happens, no matter how much money cities put into the club and all this other stuff, how much money Inter owes and everything. All that matters today is the football.
Exactly. That's how I look at it. Bro.
You know what I mean? We've had teams and where you grab the best players from all over the place and they don't win. It's happened in many sports.
Yeah.
It's happened in football. But this is a team that's been gelling. You have to believe in Pep Guardiola and his system and the way that he does things and the players that he knows he wants and they went out and got for him. Yeah. So we'll see what he got. And then on the other side, you got Inzaghi. Inzaghi, your former coach, he's there. Really, he's been thriving at Inter. You can't say he's been doing bad. He didn't win the Scudetto, but he won two Coppa Italias. He's in a final. Again, if his team squeezes this one out somehow, it's going to say so much more about him, what Inter is going to look like come next season. Yeah. It's huge. It's huge. And also what it means for Italy overall,
of course,
to take the Premier League's top team and knock them off from doing a treble. It's, again, for me, it's almost like the Giants stopping the Patriots from doing a perfect season. This is the last thing, and a team that maybe you wouldn't expect, but they know how to play good defense. Yeah. Anything can happen. And if you have players like Lukaku, who's bagging one of the baddest shorties on the planet, he's going to go out there and score a goal at the last minute. You never know, man. You never know. You never know. That's all I'm saying. I'm not rooting for it. I'm not rooting for it. All right. I honestly want to see Inter lose because their fans will be insufferable and we don't need to hear about it. I'm sorry. Just lose in the final like Fiorentina lost, like Roma lost. Only Napoli gets to be happy this season. Let's calm down, everybody else.
Fabio, I just want to say one more thing as well, because this was brought up to me as a point.
Mm-hmm.
So someone said this point to me. They were like, well, as a Milan fan, right, you're complaining about Man City coming and buying everyone on the planet.
Yeah, we're jealous. It's jealousy, guys. Right? That's all it is.
Because
we had that money, we wouldn't care.
Well, no, because Berlusconi did the same thing in the let's say late 80s, right? And he did.
Yeah.
But here's my thing.
That's a long time
the best
ago.
Football team ever. That was the best football team ever. So the likes of Messi and Ronaldo voted for the Milan squad of the late 80s, early 90s as the best football team ever. So, like, there's levels there. Like, there's difference, and that's before financial fair play was a thing. I'm not defending it, but I'm just saying you work within the rules of the game. Man City haven't, so fuck them.
Yeah, get what I would ask though, Shane, is what happens if the 115 charges they can clear them of the major ones, like a panel decides these rules weren't broken and here is what, like, basically if there's if Man City are cleared of the charges and they show enough evidence that is very, very strong that suggests they actually didn't do any wrongdoings, here's why, here's this sponsorship explained, here's this transfer window explained, here's this explained, does that change it? Because for me, it does.
Official lineups have been dropped. Lineups have been dropped.
I'll answer that though so when Vincent, I remember this, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not a huge Premier League fan, to be honest.
Yeah,
I remember it was around the time Man City first became, a big club,
like 2008 when they got taken over.
Right, exactly. And Vincent Kompany was signed for the club. Right, and he was a great player.
Anderlecht,
all right, did a great right, and he said, "I am so happy I'm coming to a club with a great history."
Right, I think every player says that though, right?
Right, but if that's where you draw the line, so no, it's like no, seriously, fuck it. Honestly, there's nothing real about this club. People giving them credit for playing great football. It's like, well, surely the onus should be on, playing great football with players that, come up and believe in the system, as opposed to players that are paid,
To be fair,
a week.
To be fair, their academy has been produced. They have invested a lot of money and time into. Oh yeah, the lineups. Just we'll end this off on this. We'll talk lineups then. What I'll say is they've actually invested a hell of a lot of money into the academy. That's where you get these.
Oh no, they have.
That's where
they
you
really
get
have.
These, and that's also
Man United to shame, by the way. They put Man United to shame. They really have, because they really have done well. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying it's very easy when you have unlimited funds. You can hire the best people, and you can hire the best lawyers to get you out of 115 financial fair play rulings. Right? You see what I mean? It's like
what I would say is. Yeah.
Why would you give them credit? Like,
right. What I would say is I detest and I'm not a Man United fan. I'm just talking this is for me the good of football. The Glazers, that club is a shambles nowadays. They're nearing $1 billion in debt. They're Old Trafford, one of the most historic football grounds in the world, just sports stadiums in the world. It's a shambles. Their academy, the way the women's team has to train on these ghetto.
They're still investing money in players. They're not necessarily
the club's about to be sold for $7 billion.
Qatar ain't fine. Qatar ain't buying.
They're going to get somebody who's going to be able to pay all the money that they need and buy players, invest. They're not going to get petty pinches.
I don't think Qatar's buying Man United.
Whoever it is, it's going to be somebody who has fucking money, and they're going to.
Sir Jim ain't. I'm not convinced.
They're going to need to in the league that they are in. You can't.
Exactly. Well, bro, but you're talking about the Glazers. They don't care. They're not footballing people. Their behavior over the past seasons. I've learned a lot about the underdealings and what's going on, bro.
Sorry, Steve. Before you finish this sentence,
right,
and then please continue. So what Steve is about to finish this sentence with, he's 100% correct, and frame this from a Milan perspective about our owner. Now, please finish, Steve. Sorry.
What was I gonna finish with? What was I on about?
Oh, the Glazers and how they don't understand football.
Yeah, Cardinal. There you go. And that's why I called him a swindler. That's why I called him a weasel. That's why I think he's. That's why I unfortunately I don't see Milan going this way. I see it either going this way, a little bit this way. That's not where AC Milan as a club is. Like you guys said,
we got to be going up. Like that
And
fucking
I don't think
yodeler.
Cardinal. I don't think I can see it through Cardinal because I had it. Mike Ashley taught me everything I needed to know how to spot a crap owner or someone who lacks ambition or someone who is an enemy of football and footballing fans in terms of I'm here for the football. Can you please just make us at least a little bit decent? That's my thing. I'd rather see more owners that pump in money and are focused on football than a Glazer, for example, or a Cardinal.
Holy Mets. Sorry, you can compare, right? Winning the French Cup, right, to sporting success.
Moneyball works at Toulouse. I don't think it's going to work at AC
Toulouse.
Milan.
It doesn't scale.
At Toulouse, they're doing a phenomenal job. But then again, they did just suck Philippe. What the hell is his name? Clemente, whatever.
And if you want to talk about like, Liverpool or success, right? Okay, so how's Moneyball done for them this season?
Yeah, they're on a decline, and they're trying to lowball around transfers.
Yeah.
Again, for me, I don't respect owners with no ambition. I don't respect owners who focus on PR over sport. For me, I don't hear much Man City PR. I see them lifting trophies. I see their fans getting their money's worth in terms of tickets. And I get it. If people have that's fine. Me and Shane can disagree with that. At least we have some common ground on certain things. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, man.
But here's the thing, though.
Definitely.
Because Hosni said this during we were talking, and he mentioned this about the Champions League semi-finals, right? So when we got battered by Inter, obviously, right? We got battered, right? Deservedly so. We were terrible. So he was like, right, so you have one team, right? In terms of finances, they're not doing so great, right? Maybe, potentially, right? And then you have Milan who, forts the balance sheets, right? You know, Moneyball.
Doing well, we're going to end on a positive, the whole nine.
If a kid is watching that game, are they going to give a shit about the financial state of the club?
No, they're not, and
they want to see winners.
They're children, exactly.
So they're gonna see winners, and they're gonna go, "Fuck, I'm not gonna buy that jersey. Why the fuck would I buy that jersey? Why will I support that team? Unless you're a sadist and you like hurting yourself,
or if you like black and red." If I pick my football clubs off black and red, I would be an AC Milan fan. Black and red is my favorite color combination. It's kicking.
Mine as well. That's why I'm a Devil fan as well.
No, Bianco Celesti. But hey, at the end of the day, football's football. I respect winners, not losers, hustlers.
Exactly. Don't make excuses. You're in charge now. Get out there, do something, get some good players, and we keep moving forward. Because we're going to still support the clubs we support. You should never bail on your club. You should never pick another club. You pick one club, you pick one club. There's no A, B, or C in the fucking league.
And this feeling that I've gotten from some people that they want to see Pioli and Moncada and fucking Ferlani fail. What the fuck are you like? And they call themselves Milan fans.
Seriously? I don't think Pioli's
going to. It's more of you think like, you hate what they did to Maldini. Maybe you're more of a Maldini fan than anything else. If he's your favorite player and Maldini gets shitted, you're
incensed.
You'd be incensed to say, you know what, fuck these motherfuckers. I'd rather see them
short-term
fail. It's like, so I can't, don't worry, I'm going to have to deal with mediocre football anyway. But when it happens, I'm going to be happy because it's going to lead to getting these guys fired because they don't know shit and they got rid of the best person that we had in charge. Our whole image, he was our legend. The fucking family name is synonymous with Milan. And that could have rubbed people the wrong way. I'm not going to say I hope for that. I would never. I want to see Milan win no matter who's in charge, no matter who's playing, no matter what the situation is. If Milan's playing a fucking friendly, I hope they win and beat the other fucking team. I never hope to see a loss. All right? That's just my thing. But let's mention now. Let's get to it. Steve, I want to give you a shot here. Do me a solid. Can you read out the Manchester City starters? I want to ask Shane to do it. I know he hates half of these players and what they represent, but give us the lineup for Manchester City here, man.
So they're going with Ederson. That's a Brazilian Portuguese way to say it. That's why it's Ederson, not Ederson. No, it's Ederson. Ederson in goal. Manuel Akanji, Stones, Ruben Diaz, and again, Portuguese pronunciation, it's not Ruben. Nathaniel Ake, Rodrigo, Ilkay Gundogan, part Turkish German, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish, and Erling Bro Haaland.
Oof. What a team, man.
It's a terrific team. And the crazy thing is that Akanji was a free. Anyone could have got him. So you can say what you want about Man City having unlimited money. That's a free transfer.
Yeah.
And he's been exceptional for them this year.
Yes.
You know, Ake was a Bournemouth player a few years ago under Eddie Howe. You know what I'm saying? Rodri was playing in a Valencia team that were kind of just like meh, you know? Gundogan, Borussia Dortmund. Kevin De Bruyne was a Chelsea reject. Bernardo Silva, Monaco. Grealish was at, Aston Villa. And, look, they got some brilliant players. For me, that's no surprise with that lineup. I'm assuming it's going to say, that's the back three of it's going to be Akanji. Stones will be playing in midfield next to Rodri. Ake, Ruben Diaz, Akanji back three. And then that front five is exactly what I thought it was going to be. Gundogan, captain. De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva is going to be the right, Grealish left, and Haaland up top. And then if you give a damn or could be bothered about subs, I do. It is what it is. You've got Stefan Ortega Moreno, Scott Carson, who won a Champions League with Liverpool in 2005, by the way. He was on the bench for Liverpool.
That don't mean nothing. Origi was on the bench for Liverpool.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing.
Fun fact. Kyle Walker on the bench is actually a bit of a surprise for me.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Calvin Phillips, Aymeric Laporte, who Spurs fans think they're going to sign him. Anyways,
you think this is Kyle Walker's last game with Manchester City?
No, I was talking Laporte.
Oh, okay.
Laporte.
Isn't Kyle Walker free this year or no?
No, I think it's 2 years left. I could be wrong. Alvarez, who's obviously, again, anyone could have signed him for 20.
Danger, man, right there.
Oh, I think Alvarez is ridiculously talented. Then you got Gomez. Riyad Mahrez, again, a footballer for me that's just, boy, what a
we were talking about him before the beginning of last year. They should have went and got him. Magical footballer. First touch, flair, goals. Man, he's ridiculous. Perrone, they signed from Argentina. Phil Foden, another phenomenal player. Cole Palmer, and Rico Lewis. That's what Man City got. All right. Shane O'Mac. Can you read us the Inter lineup here, bro?
Yeah, Onana, the most overrated keeper in the world.
Whoa, that's Donna.
I love it.
Whoa. You're saying Donnarumma is not overhyped?
Oh, no, he is. He's drunk. He's drunk.
He's drunk off those croissants, bro.
Onana is more overhyped than Donnarumma?
No. Okay.
I got you there, man.
Fair enough.
All right, so who's next?
So Darmian, the Man United reject. So let's go. Happy days. So we're doing well here, right? Achorbi. Yeah, no, I think Achorbi will do well. I hope he does. I think he's a good player.
I love.
I loved Achorbi last year. That was my favorite Achorbi. This year, not so much.
Bastoni, yeah, another good player. Dumfries.
Dumfries.
He's called. Yeah, very overrated. Barella, he's kind of
remarkable.
Lying down and getting face planted more often than he's actually playing. So this is going to be fun. Brozovic.
You speak a bad word
right there. That's man.
Speak a bad word about Brozovic. I dare you.
No, I can't. He's a great player.
He's Croatian.
Cool.
He's a great player. No, he's a great player, honestly. Çalhanoğlu can go and fuck himself. And he's part of the reason why... No, because he's probably part of the reason why if Inter don't win. I said it a couple of years ago, right? When Çalhanoğlu left Milan, I was like, Çalhanoğlu is never winning anything. He's just, he's a whatever.
I want him at Newcastle so bad. I want him.
Do you know what? I wouldn't wish that on Newcastle, to be honest.
Oh, I do, baby. I do. Me and my friend Andy, one of my buddies who lives in Newcastle, he's a Geordie. I bought him a Çalhanoğlu shirt. That's how much he loves him. A Turkey shirt. Oh, man. I love him.
I couldn't. I can't. It's not the Milan thing. It's the. You know what it is. It's the fact of the like. So people
I know
complain
why.
about
I know
Diaz
why.
being
Yeah.
inconsistent, right? And Çalhanoğlu, right, has been arguably a small bit more consistent this year, right? But he's still not he's not a Baggio. You know what I mean? It's like it's crazy.
No, not at all.
I mean, I don't think anybody's
You know.
saying like that, but
Well, no, I mean,
listen,
like
he's
the way
going to
they're
be
talking about it.
important today. He is going to be important.
He's going to be on the pitch. This is the best I could say about him.
Whether he's
DeMarco.
alive is a different story. But
Wait, Shane. Question about Çalhanoğlu. What if he scores the winning free kick in the 93rd minute? How are you going to feel?
Do you know what?
Disgusted, sick.
Because it's against Man City, so I can't.
But it's Çalhanoğlu.
Çalhanoğlu scores the winning goal. I'll go sit on my toilet immediately after and just shit.
You're gonna throw up. You're gonna
no. I'm gonna shit. I'm gonna take a giant, disgusting poop. It's gonna be awful. I'm not gonna be happy about it. Right?
Might happen. It won't happen, but it might.
I'm gonna upset my stomach. I'll need some brioche.
Famous last words of Shane. It won't happen.
That's it. DeMarco is kind of like the poor man's Theo. He's kind of, you buy something off.
That's a little unfair.
Well, no, you buy it off
He's
Alibaba.
been pretty good this year, man. He's been pretty good this year.
He has. He doesn't have a lot of quality though. He's a grafter and he's a scumbag, but he's he is what he is.
Pretty good at football too. Can put in a pretty damn good truck.
All right, well, what about the strikers now?
Fucking Dzeko. Right, so
I love Dzeko, man. I hate the fact that he's on it there. I like him so much.
Well,
it's just such a shame.
37 years of age. I mean, Christ, a Serie A squad lining up with a 30-odd-year-old striker. Who the fuck does that? And then,
first of all, he might be like, imagine him and Giroud on the same team. That could have been good for us.
Hell of a lot better than Origi.
Hell of a lot better. Hell of a lot better.
Draw with like fucking Alzheimer's. Okay, and then you have Lautaro. I can't say anything bad about Lautaro. He's great.
I thought you were going to slander him for the World Cup. Fair play, Shane. Nice.
No, I can't. When you're good, you're good.
There you go, man. Really? I'm surprised you tried to get in some little jibes off every Inter player besides Brozo and Lautaro. Fair enough.
No, Lautaro's just too good, man. I honestly, which is probably a bit weird because I think I have probably more faith in Inter winning it than most Inter fans do.
And you tried, and you try to get some little jibes in there about almost every one of them. Yeah?
Look at this guy.
Yeah, seriously.
Crazy.
Look at this guy. He couldn't stay away. Man. Just when we pushed him out, he got pulled right back in. Gio, what's going on, man?
Get the dress shoes out.
So Pep. Now I got him right here. Look.
Oh, I love it.
Are they some blue suede shoes?
Oh yeah. Do a little unboxing, Gio. What we got?
Some blue suede.
Are these tap shoes? Are these tap shoes, Gio? Oh, fresh.
Some loafers.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nah, the starting line. Okay, so Pep didn't mess it up, so they have a more chance of winning this time. So it's looking good on their end. But no, I mean, you know what? The Inter fans are. I've been seeing all the videos because IFTV been posting them on their Twitter page. Inter fans out there going crazy, man. I'm not even going. So kudos to them. They got to the stadium early. They've been going in since since we started the podcast 5 years. Like the time that we started, they already been in the stadium. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they're saying that the city buses is delayed or something. I don't know.
That's a story that's been going on this year, man.
I'm watching on Paramount Plus, and they showed the bus, and they showed some smoke. I don't know if there's a fire around the stadium or some. I don't know.
People are blowing them flares, probably.
And Man City
is gone now.
The fuel because of Brexit. That's what it is.
Okay. No,
Gio, man.
So after the lineups, you feeling comfortable, Fabio? That Inter's gonna win?
Yeah, I think so.
I am. Because I'm not surprised. Okay. The only one that I was thinking might be a change was the Darmian or D'Ambrosio. I pretty much knew that was going to be Inter's midfield 3, wing backs, two up top, and defenders, goalkeepers. Same with Man City. I was like, maybe Ake in for Walker.
Put the Inter
Walker
lineup
is
back
the
again,
surprise.
I just
Yeah, I
sent
would
it to you,
agree.
but I don't
Walker's
really see it. Let me see.
what happened? Oh, the lineup.
Yeah, for Inter. I didn't really see
Inter.
them things. Who's starting? Darmian or Cherry Boston? Okay. So the same thing, except for Dzeko starting instead of Lukaku.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I think Lukaku comes in probably the 65th minute. Maybe earlier if things don't go their way and they feel the need to have to try to rush. You never know, man. Anybody can get injured. Anything can happen.
Off the bench, Lukaku could make a hell of a difference on the break. Because here's the thing.
0-0, yeah.
Exactly. The deeper this game stays tied, which I think it will, to be fair, the more Man City are gonna push more bodies forward. They're gonna be like, yo, we gotta push. And then as soon as one of those balls from any of the a Bastoni over the top, Di Marco, Çalhanoğlu, these through balls, they slippery, man. They pretty sexy, not gonna lie. That's the thing. And then you got Lukaku just, bulldozing Akanji, and then Lautaro just boom,
Lautaro's Lukaku's bulldozing a lot right now. Don't
yeah,
worry.
he is. On and off the pitch, the man is putting in some hard-earned graft, and he is a hustler. He's doing the business, man. Respect.
Lukaku, Fabio is a simp, bro. Like Megan Thee Stallion, he went after her because, she's not like top notch. She's not like no Rihanna, something. But she got a body on her.
Bro, what are you talking this slander for, bro? Come on, bro. Didn't you hear? She likes the 3 letters too, bro. Everybody loves 3 letters. Around Milano, it's just if it's not CDK, it's that WAP, bro. And Lukaku's not gonna let that pass by. He's a smart guy. All right, he's multilingual. Yeah, listen, he's doing all right. If he could score a goal tonight,
he's chilling.
Remember, I saw an interview about Lukaku probably earlier in the week, and they were saying that he was so, I'm sorry to say, but in a poor situation with his family that he had a hard time actually watching Champions League game. He would take it for granted how easily accessible it could be for everybody. But if you broke as a fucking joke, paying that extra, whatever, $100 to get cable at your house, that for some families, that don't cut it, man. That's not a necessity. But to be now, 20, 30 years later, able to be there, be in a final, possibly. Was he a part of Chelsea's team when they won it there?
No,
right?
They bought him. They bought him the
okay.
season after because Tuchel won them the Champions League, and then Tuchel going into the summer window bought Lukaku.
Okay.
That's
so it's a big moment for these players.
Yeah.
Lautaro just saw a big moment, so he's going to be up for it, right?
Yeah.
Dzeko, this is probably his biggest moment of his career, so he's got to capitalize on it. You look around.
Dzeko's good, bro. Dzeko's good.
I like Dzeko.
He showed us that he was faster than Leao and Theo Hernandez. The way that he was running up the pitch, Fabio, I ain't never seen old man run that pitch. You know what?
I've always liked him, man. Milan looked at him like a long time ago, and we didn't get him. We let him go to Manchester City, and even when he came back, he ended up at Roma, not even on Milan. I mean,
bro, this is how much I like Dzeko. He played at goddamn Roma, and I was like, I like this guy. Him and Pjanic.
Good, man.
Him and Pjanic, I was always like, I wish you were Laziale. I hate you right now, but as a footballer, bro, I admire y'all. But yeah,
I hear that.
Where's Pjanic, bro? Where's Pjanic at? He's bumming and bozoing around somewhere. I don't even, bro.
I have no idea. I thought they got rid of him when they sent him to Barcelona after
Besiktas. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, something like that.
That's the thing, bro. Dzeko's always been a productive player, a professional, reliable, Mr. Reliable for me.
And this is honestly right. You think about international, for all these particular players, Lautaro had a great season. It's his chance to now shine.
Yeah.
You know, if he's the player that makes the difference today, it's like the Argentinians have the world on lock right now. But you have one on the other side if Alvarez gets in the game. But Haaland, you know, these are his moments, man. This is why people believe he's ascending to the top spot, because Mbappe scoring goals in the final, keeping his team in it. Even if they lose, he's scoring the goals to make the difference. Like, if he scores a goal in the final to get Man City over the line, Haaland's going to be the top guy everybody's going to be talking about.
No, we already
What age
are.
is Haaland, though?
Huh?
What age is he?
He's got to be like
23.
23. Yeah, he's super young.
It is-
22, 23, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
super
plenty
young.
of time to
So you
battle.
got to say he's
Goddamn.
probably, 5 years deep, 6 years deep of professional playing, and he still has at least another 10 to 15 to go. You know what I mean?
He'll score
Top-
1,000 goals in his career and win the lot. And he might even drag
Yeah.
Norway. to
If he stays
something.
healthy, which is obviously the great equalizer,
Right.
Father Time gets us all.
Oh.
But he could be another, 10, 15, push it to 18 years. He keeps playing if he really wants the Zlatan way. Listen, anything can happen. I think that these are the people that are the difference maker. I don't trust the Belgian, but I trust KDB. I think he's the best Belgian around. So maybe he does something great.
Bro, he's one of the greatest midfielders in Premier League history. Some people say even the top of the top. Because, bro, he sees the pitch from a bird's eye view. The passes that he could split through guys, it's
He's so
it's
good,
like
man.
defenders are.
And he
it's
can
like
score
defenders are-
goals. He can score
Yeah,
goals.
he could score
too, man.
goal. Yeah, I mean, bro, this guy is just a freak footballer. He's a freak. He makes
Fabio-
players look like holograms.
Yeah,
If Inter win, what you doing? Fabio? You shutting off social?
Nothing. I'm going about my day and not fucking thinking about it for the rest of the night. That's
Stay in
it.
bed for next year.
Yes, I mean, we're gonna have to deal with every asshole
Then
for the next 2 months.
Moneyball, we can't use Moneyball no more. We have to go in depth like that to win the Champions League.
No, listen,
We can't win fucking Moneyball.
that's
anyway,
not
dude.
gonna happen, bro. All right, listen, guys, we just got to deal with Moneyball, however it comes, whatever the scenario is. All right, when it comes to Milan, now is the time to go out there and sign players. We have to see what they sign, an idea, a structure of where they're going. Right now, we don't have any idea. We have a few sporadic comments that they put out to us, but they're not transparent with their fans right now. And we have nothing but speculation to worry about and talk about. So until we start making signings, honestly, it's difficult because it's the same bullshit. One day it's 70 million, the next is 50 million, the following it's 35. Next thing you know, we our budget's like 12 million and three stickers bought a bag of Doritos. We don't even know what we're gonna fucking trade with, what we have at our actual disposal, or we have to sell players, or players pissed. So much to go on just for Milan. It's not possible to even worry about right now. Right now, all I care about, and I'll tell you honestly, I want to see a good fucking football game. That's what I want.
Me too,
I want to see two teams battling. All right. I don't care if it's Inter winning. I mean, I don't want it to happen.
You do care.
No, I want to just see a good game. All right.
Good game,
If Inter losing turns into Man City 5-0 and me being bored for 2 hours, then no, I don't want to fucking watch this. This sucks.
Bad
That's
for
a
the
bad.
league, Fabio. If they lose 5-0, Serie A is gonna be known as a joke. Calcio is broken.
Calcio is broke, motherfucker. We ain't got no money.
Calcio's
Listen,
broke and run by weasels and hood rats and slinky dinks.
Well,
and a
listen,
bunch of
if
wrongins.
the Pinky Dicks can go out there and win it, anybody can do it. Hopefully, we just are in for a good game and a great competition. That's all we want. That's the most important thing as football fans. We don't have no fucking skin in the game, all right? Unless you put a little scowls on it, but that's on you, all right? Who do you think, if you had to put money, who's scoring a goal today? Steve, quickly.
Lautaro.
All right, anytime scorer. What do we got, you, Shane?
Yeah. Lukaku. Penalty.
Lukaku! Oh, my God, he's not even started. Gio, if you had to put money down, who's scoring in the game?
KDB.
KDB, that's a good one. Last time I wanted to put money on him, I didn't. He fucking scored.
He could shoot a rocket, that's why.
Yeah.
Long distance shooting.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
like,
surprised
all right.
North Korea haven't signed him up yet.
Oh boy.
No,
All
I'm
right,
saying he
guys.
might
So,
do the job.
you know, listen, KDB could do something spectacular today.
Yeah.
These guys are going for the treble. It's been a long time. I don't think City's ever done it, and it hasn't been done since
No.
Manchester United did it in '99. So it's big for them and their league. Inter, same. First time being back since they won it in 2010. Definitely are the underdogs in this particular role. So we'll see. Let's just make sure it's exciting. For the love of God.
I don't think it's gonna be. I
know. Well, listen,
Inter are gonna make this chippy because that's their best way to win. You got to break up the flow with the Man City, and if they don't, then it's where it's like, yeah, you're in trouble.
Well,
but Inter capable. Yeah.
Let's. Anybody else want to? We're gonna sign off pretty soon because we got about 52 minutes before kickoff. So I want to get everybody a chance to kind of relax. Steve, final words. Also, you're going to be chilling where you are right now, just watching the game. Is there any beverage, any snack? What's going to be the environment for you in the Champions League final 2023?
I mean, bro, I'm just going to be chilling, drinking some nitrous oxide and just vibing, just watching a good game of football. Hopefully.
Is there any snack that goes along for you? You got any snack on hand? Popcorn.
Yeah, I'll make some popcorn. Popcorn with an ungodly and unsavory amount of butter.
Very nice.
Some sticky fingers like De Gea, that's what I'll be looking like, bro.
Shane, what about you, man? What are you gonna be doing? You're gonna be chilling at home watching the game? Any beverage? I know you got a little brewski there.
I'm contemplating watching the game or not.
Oh my God!
You can go play with the monkeys outside.
No, exactly. You gotta watch.
That bastard stole my bananas. You know that story. That wasn't a good story.
Hopefully, they might steal your TV, so you might not be able to pick if you want to watch it.
Damn
right.
I'll watch a bit of it. Depends what happens, I guess. But yeah. So fuck it. Yeah. Look, guys, it's either way, whatever happens, it's just the end of a fuck season for AC Milan as a football club. So whatever.
Hey, at least we re-signed Leao. If anything, we have our re-signing of Leao and that $175 million buyout clause as being a real game changer. So if Leao leaves, we're gonna get to be able to revamp hopefully the entire team. But Gio, what about you, bro? You're gonna be home, or you're gonna be dancing with your new shoes?
I'm going to get the card right now for the thing, but
we're play by play. Tell us when you stop at the ATM.
No. We out here, but no, I'm gonna watch the game, Fabio. I mean, hopefully City do it. You know what? Like, to me, Fabio, I really want City to do it because I don't know. I feel like even though, like, say, like, Inter win it, like, people are still going to be chatting Kaka that, we have to be self-sustaining. They went broke to win the thing. So I'd rather just City win it and then just, like, them be more there, I guess, to be honest with you. I don't really care, Fabio. I mean, me, at the end of the day, City out there, they saying that they want to wear the Milan. So if they wear Milan colors, I'm with them, bro. It's Milan. So we ride together.
Are they though?
I don't know. That's what
they look on Twitter and Instagram on the Man City.
I feel like
they on Twitter, but you know what? It's crazy because they can't both be wearing blue. Because what game were we watching that we're like, dude, can we know what? We couldn't see what players were which. One day, I think it was our game.
It was us against Juve with the little yellow tint.
Yeah.
That was dreadful.
Yeah, you had to look at the players' shorts. Like they were in white shorts, we were in black shorts.
So we can't really like they can't be really wearing blue and then sky blue because I don't know. I just think that's like a mess.
Right, you don't assume it's going to be this color. You can't tell from this blue.
No, because the
to
TV,
this blue.
They might wear the yellow.
This motherfucker. Oh no, Inter's going to wear the yellow. Get ski-ful. Look at that Paramount Plus on the front too.
It's
God
like,
damn,
it's looking
like
sexy.
if we would have made it to the final, you know what color we would have won, Fabio?
We would have won white.
Yep. So I
Man.
mean, let's do
Where
it,
are they
man.
away
I mean,
jerseys?
to me,
It's always-
Fabio, it is what it is. If Inter winning, I mean, shout out to them for going bankrupt and winning a title, and
Yeah,
we're just
basically
gonna have
doing
to
the
hear-
LA Rams.
We're basically gonna have to hear it for the next season to seasons, you know, that they brought Calcio back, and I don't want to hear that. I'm sorry. So ciao and thank you for everybody tuning in. Remember, donate to
Go
Dan
fund me.
if you can, and thank you, Steve and Shane, for joining Fabio. Seeing that I ducked out, had to go get the dancing shoes. Shout out to you guys, and then Fabio, you for doing a good deed. Like me and Fabio are like an example that Twitter is not all that bad. We met on Twitter, and now we like the dream team supreme. So ciao.
No, Gio, it was Tinder. We met on. Just kidding. Thanks for coming on.
Juve song.
Hey, yo. But guys, I
Yo.
listen, I just want to say definitely thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. Lastly, guys, one little plug for Milan Weekly Podcast here. If you can help us out, if you're not already subscribed, do me a solid. Please subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you're always up to date on all of our latest videos. Smash the like button, leave a comment. Anything you can, share us, follow us everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, is your sister's ass and your mother's, you know where. Hey, yo, guys, listen. And lastly, I just want to say one more time, please do me a favor in the chat. I've posted it. It's in our description. Go support if you can. Any donation you can make whatsoever helps Dan and Margarita and their family. It's really important to all of our family. You know, my sister is very close with them, and you know, we love them. We want to support them. That this is the stuff that matters. What happens to Manchester City or Inter, that's way, way, way down the line. But support them. They really need it. Honestly, guys, just again, one more time. I just hope it's a good game. I hope it's good. I hope it's fun, man. I want to thank you guys again one more time. Thank you for joining me and being here. We, of course, me and Gio, just kind of to talk about what's going forward. There's going to be no Milan Weekly Podcast most likely this week. It's going to be a little different during the summer, probably more sporadic videos for me and Gio, and you know, a little deserved time off for the boys. But we're obviously going to be around. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. Come August, we're going to come back in full effect. But we just want to say thank you to everybody who watches, who supports the channel, our Patreons. If you're not a Patreon, you want to be a part of it, it's always in the links of the video. And otherwise, just find us on Patreon under Milan Weekly Podcast. Again, follow us everywhere else. It's super important. We post mad shit. Guys, I hope you enjoy the game. I hope you watch. I hope you don't not watch, because that's crazy. It's the possibly be the best game of the season. So get your drinks, get your fucking popcorn, get everything ready. Let's go, baby. Guys, thank you for joining me. Have a great night, everybody. Peace out.
In Roma, sola la latte.